Greetings, everyone, and welcome to your enchanted fairyland vortex. We are excited. We are doing another episode of Akasha After Dark. Ew. And I'm like overly excited. I feel like this is going to be some crazy work out here. We got us a very special panel. So I just wanted to get right into this thing. Because damn. Well, we'll wait till we get some more gods up here for that. But while we have the goddesses up here, what do y'all feel are very stereotypical thoughts that men have about women? Don't everybody speak at once.
I think Deandra got this answer in the bag.
In the bag. Go
In the
on,
bag.
Deandra.
Oh, well, no, oh my goodness, that was a good question. Oh my goodness. Oh, okay, let me think. Let me think.
Because I mean, with the
I, I
girls, we
I'll
be
throw one out
kikiing
there.
about it.
I think that all men believe that women are after their pockets. Mommy, mom. A lot of men hold on to fear about that and even dating because they feel like it's just a free meal for a woman. Like she's not truly interested in him or don't want to invest in him. So it's a lot of men that's pulling back from casual, well, not casual, but putting intention into dating because they don't want to go in spending money because they feel like they're gonna be taken advantage of.
That's a good one. What's
I
up, Marquise? We asking the goddesses. We're gonna get to the gods, but we asking the goddesses. What are some stereotypical things that they feel that men feel about women? And
Mm.
also put that that women, we be wanting the bag. We want your bag. We want your shmoney. All of it. Your
And not
money,
to
my
say that
money.
it's not important, but that's not every woman isn't looking for that as the target, you know.
I
I
would
can't speak for all.
yeah. I would say that because we provide for ourselves, that they assume that we think that they're not needed, that men are not needed.
Ooh.
When I have been saying it forever, it's just it has providing for yourself has nothing to do with gender. It's what adults do. I'm
Right.
supposed to pay my light bill and my water bill. Otherwise, how can I wash, take a bath? And how can I'm not gonna have lights to see and stay warm in the winter? I think that's a stereotype that just because we provide for ourselves that men are not needed. And just to provide it's human. It has nothing to do with gender. It's human. You're supposed to pay your bills. So I think that's the big for me, I think that's a big stereotype.
I like that for both of y'all, I think. So what are the gods thinking about these answers? Is that a thing that men
Well,
be thinking?
let me say this. Let me start off by first welcoming my the OG Marquise. You know what I'm saying? Welcome to the panel. Glad you pulled up. Now, let me say this. The whole wanting a free meal, like I just started hearing that, started coming across these groupies online. That's like internet banner. You know what I'm saying? Like when I was younger, I never heard of that. I never heard, oh, Philly wants you for a free meal. Well, nigga, you going to IHOP. You know what I'm saying? You can get that on your own. Like you're not really like ugh, fuck. I'm sorry. When I hear silly internet banner, it kind of just you know what I'm saying. It just sends me to the other side. So I'm kind of like, yeah, this is retarded. You know what I'm saying? And when Deandra mentioned money, Guess what? Most people don't have money. So she can't get from you what you ain't got. You know what I'm saying? Like, what you gonna do? Take your PlayStation? She gonna take your Jordans? You know what I'm saying? Them new drawers you just bought? She gonna take that too? Like, you don't have it like that to worry about. It's internet banter. We need to knock it off. The internet is not real. You know what I'm saying? It's a place of make believe. We all know this. We need to knock it off. You have people that have 8 hour, 9 hour, 10 hour debates about how women should do X, Y, and Z, but can't provide for none of you. So what are we doing? What are we doing? It's silly ass internet banter. That's it.
Okay.
That's all. You know
Okay.
what I'm saying? And I'm gonna pass the ball to Marquis.
Okay, hold on. Let me pause everybody's wisdom. Hey, Marcus.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
Peace to the gods.
What's going
What's
on?
What's
good, Marquis?
good?
So
What's
right
going on,
now we
Mo?
talking about stereotypical thoughts, what the goddesses are thinking, that stereotypical thoughts that men have about women. So we
Okay.
got that they want your money, they want all your shmoneys, and that they so damn independent they don't need you because they pay their own bills, so they don't be needing the men.
Okay. Oh boy, I stepped
And
right in the
so,
shit, huh?
yeah, you stepped into the shit. And so now that the goddesses have said that, now we're getting a response from the gods. And so
Let,
T just went,
let me go on and pour my drink.
what you feeling over there, Marquise?
All is well. How y'all doing, ladies? What's going on, guys?
Hey,
Peace,
What's
what's
up?
going
peace.
on?
Absolutely. I wish I would have gotten an opportunity to hear the goddesses speak on their opinions in the beginning, since this is coming from the perspective of like the stereotypes that y'all believe men have. But the money thing is very interesting. Now, I must say, at the end of the day, I'm 32, so um, it may be a little, there may be a difference in terms of mentalities and perceptions just based off that I have with my peers, women that have my age group. But it's not, I mean, it's not even just that. I've seen it also with women that were older, whether it be my experience with them or seeing my peers or my elders, in terms of the gentlemen that I've been able to observe and just see their experiences. Money has always came into play. I can't really speak and generalize as if money hasn't necessarily been a variable within relationships, especially in this current time continuum. Now, whether or not that's an illusion, and just coming from a perspective of ego and culture and all these things, I mean, that's pretty much been the issue. I can only speak for our community, but in general. So, whether or not they're illusions or not, that's one thing. But the question really is like, how much of a contributing factor had the illusions really been in the reality of trying to create space for opportunity relationships that don't have to be so caught up on the mundane. But yeah, so either way, without the word salad, I don't know. I'm gonna be honest, like money is a factor in the variable. I believe it depends on that woman, maybe that, based off her own experiences or maybe what she holds in her heart, and what she desires. And then that goes into different variables too. Maybe how she was raised. It may be, she may not have been raised to where she's able to feel certain security. So as certain gentlemen may express it, they might call that masculine. But in this world we live in today, everybody's required to work. Um, so, if you want to make some money, you got to go out here and get it. Women have also had the opportunity to be able to make money as in different areas and arenas. I mean, in my niche, I'm in sales, construction sales, and women do great here in construction sales. Um, are they married? Not necessarily. But they are in relationships. Some of them are in relationships with women, some of them are in relationships with men. It just depends. But yeah, like that's a variable. I'm not gonna act like it's not a variable though. The
Yeah, so
money
is
is
that a
something.
common thing with
Absolutely.
the males that you know or have been around where they think that women just want their money?
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. But again, to what T was hitting on, whether or not that's an illusion or not, that's going to be a conversation with that brother who's speaking on that level, based off his experiences, right? So if I was having a conversation with a gentleman, if I would have a conversation with T or Marcus, I would want to understand what their background is and their experiences. Was it their own personal experience with women? Was it the experiences they seen their fathers have, uncles have, or men around them? Are they even dating? You know what I'm saying? Just to be able to kind of get that reference in his time. But it's easy to hear brothers just speak, and that's a cop out without them catching their own reflections as to why they're necessarily having that issue. But
Right.
as a man, money gonna come up. It's a measurement. So it's a lot of different things that go into that, y'all. I don't think that's
Yeah.
really a general answer. I think it's
Mm.
really a multidimensional in and of itself.
Marcus.
Ooh, I don't know if I could follow that train. That was a strong one. I really appreciate that opinion, Marquis. And
Absolutely.
so I think to follow that, in my opinion, okay, we're all black. We all see the videos, the TikToks and stuff. We see the women going up talking to the guy, looking at him like he stank. And then when he go get in a Lamborghini, they all like, hey, 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 what you doing?
Hmm.
I'm going with you. I ain't got no man. And we see that. We see that all the time.
Hmm.
I'm 53, so I didn't see a lot of shit. So at this point in my life, um, I'm not gonna look for a woman who thinks and acts and carries herself like that. She's not even gonna get my attention. To be honest with you, I might not even give her a second glance if I was looking. So honestly, without getting to know somebody and knowing what their head is about, I think that to me stops all the physical attraction. It stops everything because I've met like a beautiful woman once before and was like in love at first sight. And then she lit a cigarette and started puffing on that thing like it was the last cigarette on the planet. And I just lost everything, just went psh, just shot to hell. Like I was just murdered by that thought of her being a chain smoker. And I'm just like, damn, like why she had to do that? But eh, I think when they're younger, you'll see that mentality. Oh, he better have some money. He better drive this, and he better have a six pack, and he better be hung, and he better like to eat the kitty and all. They want the bells and the whistles, and then they show up looking like Rasputia. So it's like hell no, So I don't know. I feel like the more mature you get, the less that gets pushed out the window because people they gotta get into reality, and in reality's world walking around with that mentality, you're gonna be single. You're not
Yeah.
gonna have nobody.
Hmm.
So is it a common thing too that men are feeling like women don't need men?
In the conversation piece, yes. In the reality of it, I mean, women need men, men need women. But that's the thing. This conversation kind of get into a little because, when we think about men, I mean, there are many men who can, be alone, whether or not it was in their best interest or they truly got harmony is another thing. But in terms of women, that's the thing, y'all. Like, I remember when, just 10 years ago, talking to courting certain women and wanting to build, especially in my generation. And their mind wasn't on building or the facts of the matter, whether it was what was going on in the economy, how we could prepare ourselves and build and be like uh practical as to like what we're able to attain in those certain present continuums and how you can grow from there. It's a natural structure of business. But education is a lack of education can be a part of that, or the desire to educate yourself can be a part of that. And like I said, like now at 32, some of them ladies, some of their goals that they had in that mentality of being able to say, because some of the women around them, whether it's their mothers or their aunties or even grandmothers, you can do it on your own. You don't depend on men. But then, like as time went on, which is a beautiful thing, could be a beautiful thing or a functional thing. But some of them did end up pregnant, and it wasn't desired. And then it's like in that angle, you need a village, you need support. So if your mentality was like that with that man, you wasn't really looking at him to be that piece that was going to be able to, co-create stability or anything in that nature. Um, so I got sisters, and with my sisters, I'm very transparent, and I let them know that whatever choice they make, of course, take accountability. But if you're going to be someone that's moving independent in that nature, then you have to take accountability of like what's going to come along with that outside of just the emotion of wanting to be independent. And how much of that's coming from pain, from our experiences from childhood. And, is that truly necessary power in your nature in essence? Because if, it just depends, y'all. This conversation is very,
Yeah, we just talking about stereotypes. Go ahead,
yeah,
Osa.
stereotypes, but that's what I'm saying. Like the
I think
stereotypes is that.
so far as the stereotype of like men fearing that women are only coming in to use their money, I think that they're speaking about a certain collective of women and like the women who were programmed by the media and by music and who they out here trying to chase the bag. They looking for the trick daddies. They made it kind of normal, you know what I'm saying? So you used to a man tricking on you, spending money. Um, you putting all the money into your body, you getting your body done. Like I think it's those type of women, and it's a lot of men who have kind of left the attraction of the natural woman and they go for that superficial look. So I think it's the superficial type of women that they deal with that um carry that type of standard with dealing with men, and that has put a lot of sour taste in men's mouth. But again, they have to choose correctly, like you choosing what you see on the surface when there's no substance underneath it. She is looking for
Right.
her next paycheck or somebody to pay her bills, somebody just to come save her. So the quality of woman, I would say, is what has shifted that view on it.
Okay, so what about the guys? What are some stereotypes about women?
Some stereotypes about the women.
Talk about it.
Oh man. Well, money's one of them. Um, I guess uh autonomy and sexual partner. You know what I'm saying? That's a little different thing today. I mean, I personally like I expect a woman to be able to have 5 to 6 in a pipeline in regards to who they want to vet. They like you said, you got the trick daddy. Like, okay, again, so even when I got out of college, I had homegirls like, no, we was cool. I saw them as potentials. At the end of the day, though, I knew for a fact though they got one brother, he about 45, he drive trucks. You know what I'm saying? He able to take care of the light bill, able to take care of this via phone bill. You got another guy who's able to take him on dates, right? Me and particularly, and that time continuum, I was brother. I didn't care about none of that. We was cool. I'm gonna come through. You're
Oh,
gonna be
you was the maintenance
satisfied.
man.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? The maintenance man. And and I was completely fine with that. But that's just it. I was maybe you can call it extreme, but it was from my experiences and then some. And I just kind of how I put it together was there's no need for me trying to act like it's gonna be something more than what it is, knowing the nature of what it is. And so the autonomy that women have, that can be something right there too. But yeah, like, and I still kind of hold that space a little bit. I think it's completely fine. I accept it, but I feel like men and women are on the same playing fields in a lot of different areas today, culturally. So I don't know. I don't know if I can call them like biases or what was the word that we were using here?
I don't know. I'm
What was
just
the word,
curious.
ladies? Because it was a particular word that we're speaking on here that
Stereotypes.
Stereotype.
stereotypes. Right.
Oh, stereotypes.
Yeah,
What
stereotypes.
are the stereotypes that men think that women have about them?
Right. You know what I'm saying? So then it's just like, they just there, a piece to work, to provide. You know what I'm saying? If you stop providing, then adios, amigo. go ahead and go on to the next. We're gonna find that next one that can make it happen.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
ultimately, in that reflection, I mean, and I've seen that this isn't, and that's where I'm coming from as well with my opinions here. Like, this ain't. I'm not just pulling this out from my ego. No, these are real deal experiences, and the men that I care about in my life, I've seen it happen and play out. So not really a stereotype at that point, you know.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's where it's a challenge to
Right.
be able to discern whether or not that's your reality. But in this process that we're here in this vortex for who we be, holding that accountability, understand that you are creator of your reality, and holding up that ultimate accountability and your reflection of yourself. Because I started realizing at the end of the day, like I gotta be what I want to be able to align or attract to. Still on that process there, but that's jumping off the cliff. That's stepping into the unknown on a whole nother level as a man. So stereotypes and reality kind of, in my experience, it kind of had like a real blurred line for it,
Right.
just based off the observation and experiences, really.
T.
Well, I would say stereotype would be that any man who shows any type of interest in you only wants to have sex. That's not always the case. You know what I'm saying? A guy can actually like you for you. He can want to get to know you. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? So if you give him that opportunity, you guys could end up going somewhere. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But some women ruin it, you know what I'm saying, thinking, okay, he just wants this, so I'm going to get X, Y, and Z in exchange for this. You know what I'm saying? You up there jumping the gun. So, you could potentially ruin a long term marriage. You know what I'm saying? That's a potential right there. So, yeah, I would definitely say the whole he only wants to have sex with me thing.
That's a
That's
good one.
definitely a stereotype. And matter of fact, let me ask the lady something. Because Marquise was talking about how what I'm saying, how women will have different men for different roles. You know what I'm saying? And I've heard of women doing that. You know what I'm saying? Now, whether y'all done it or not, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to get too much into that. But I guess my question is this. When I hear, at least in the past, a woman who has a man who takes her to dinner, a man who fixes her car, you know what I'm saying? A man who pays for her cell phone bill. And then I hear about the guy that she's actually sleeping with. And this guy does none of that. He doesn't provide any of it. So my question would be, if this guy that you're sleeping with, you know what I'm saying, the Dusty that you're sleeping with, if he provided all of that, would you have these other guys playing that role? My guess it would be no. So it's like she's outsourcing his responsibilities. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't. It's like I understand it, but I don't understand. I don't understand it at all. You know what I'm saying? Like if y'all can speak a little bit on that, I mean that shit is just like I said. I get it and I don't get it.
Deandra.
I was like, 'cause I
Dang,
don't really have
she
much to
set up. She
share.
set up on that one.
She has
Okay.
so okay. Come through with it, Rev.
I'm going to be objective with this. It's like having friends. My friends don't all, I have friends for certain things. If I want to go on a vacation, I got a girlfriend who I could call. We're gonna have a blast on vacation. But if I need to, maybe just off the top of my head, if we go on a church or something, I know not to go. She's not going. She ain't going. If I need a girlfriend who I just need to talk to and get some wise counsel from, but she's boring when it comes to go turn up. It's the same concept. So when that woman has different men, it's the same concept. My one friend can't fulfill all my needs, but I have friends for different parts of myself because I think it's unfair to put on one person to be the end all be all. It's impossible. I cannot be the end all be all. And yeah, so that's why I have different friends for different things, and I can see why a woman would have different men for different things. There's no judgment here, honey. If that's what you're doing, that's what you're doing. Because it's impossible for one person to fulfill your needs. It's impossible. It's not possible. We've been indoctrinated to believe it with marriage, but it's impossible. I will stand on it till I take my last breath. One person cannot fulfill all your needs. So I
Mm.
see why women do that. Oh, I need you to, pay the light bill, or you really good in the bedroom, but you may not be good with your money. So I can't depend on you to pay the light bill. But he is going to go to work and he going to make it happen. And I know when I'm in a bind, he going to be able to cut that check, or now it ain't even cutting the check no more. Send it through Apple Pay or whatever. So I get it. I get it. If you had asked me that 10 years ago, I'd have been like, but now I get it, because I think we put unrealistic expectations on one person to fulfill all your needs. That's not going to happen. It's never going to happen, ever, ever. And
Mm.
we need to have an honest conversation when we're dating, to be very upfront with that, because it's just not gonna happen. And I can see why. Would I do it? No, but I can see why people get into polyamorous and polygamous relationships. I get it, because they have understood the concept. One person is not going to be able to fulfill your needs. And I see that just in my friendships. I don't expect, like Osa, for example, I don't expect her. Osa is a whole mama. I can't just call Osa like, girl, I'm ready to go. Turn up, get dressed. We going outside. Osa has responsibilities, and I'm okay with that. I respect that. I know that, okay, Osa may want to turn up with me, but she got to play at first, and I'm okay with that. And if I'm like, well, no, I'm just spontaneous, I just want to get up and go, I know, don't call Osa, because Osa has other responsibilities. But it doesn't mean I think of her any less. It doesn't. So yeah, that's my TED talk.
That was good.
You,
Okay.
you know what? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. You want to go now?
Oh no, I was just saying that was good. I like her point of view, her perspective, and her take on it.
Oh, yeah. It was a great perspective, what I'm saying, as far as friends, right? We all get that. And even with dating, I understand that too. You know, the part I'm looking at is, why does the guy who does the least get the most?
But
That's
I
what I'm
mean, she
looking at.
just explained
Like,
that. She
no,
just explained
okay,
it.
hold on.
Because the guy that
Okay, here's what I'm
pays the
saying.
bills, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's a good worker. Like, he goes to work, he does the things. The one that's good in bed, he don't be working like that. He don't manage his money too good, but the nigga's good in bed. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, then you got the
Well,
the
that's
one
a
that, go ahead.
well, that's the thing too, though. I mean, we can't just act like the notion is that the brother who actually getting it is broke. He can be somebody who was wealthy as well, and that's the thing. He just got certain standards that he lives by and provides certain access to where she's still able to have certain experiences from having intimacy with him. Like it all depends on that woman and what she's able to get as well. Like just because women might want a certain type of man don't mean that she can get that man to a point to where he's gonna bet and court her to a point of, exclusivity.
Right, but
So
in regards to T's question, like he was wondering why the nigga that's getting a cootie cat and don't do shit, you know what I'm saying? And then the other ones that are putting in work, paying the bills, fixing your cars, all the things, they ain't getting no coochie.
Um, can I add something to that? I see where T is going, and I respect that too. And I also understand where Deandra was going as well. So,
Mm-hmm.
eh, to kind of bridge the two, um, I'm looking at it like, the guy who's getting the kitty cat, and that's pretty much his prize. That's what he's into it for, basically. He's not there because he wants to snuggle and watch movies, and he probably got a wife or a girlfriend or something else. He's there for the pipeline. And if he liked the way she feels, she liked the way he feels, that's what he's there for. After he get his and maybe hopefully help her get one too, he out of there. So um I think the best example of this, I have a friend. I'm using my words carefully. I have a friend, and she was notoriously, or still is, and notoriously in love with guys with money. That was her whole focus. Any guy that had money was attractive to her. Now, prior to her being attracted to the money, she would always date these tall, dark-skinned, thick, heavy-set guys. That's what she liked. She just kept calling them long, big, thick, and healthy men. That's all she wanted was a big old man, a big dark-skinned man. Then she met this one guy who had his own construction company, and this dude was little, skinny, light skinned, everything opposite of what she been going after. Then she's running around talking about, I love him. I love him. And I'm like, oh man, here we go. So she in love. Next thing you know, she married. She done had 4 kids by this man. And then all of a sudden, here come the bullshit. He snort cocaine. He cheating on her. He leaving the house, coming back 2 days later, and all this other stuff. But to get her, even though it wasn't even her type, and we all saw this coming back in the first early days. It's like come on now, you didn't say it for all these years that this is what you like, and here comes somebody complete opposite. But because you smell a bag, you get into this whole situation. When I tell you that marriage was a roller coaster, and
Oh,
all of
she
us was
married the nigga.
because she started having them babies, and she didn't want to have babies out of
Oh,
wedlock.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. So it
Mhm.
was like, and now I mean, when I tell you the first one came out, it wasn't a month for she was pregnant with the second one, and then the second one I think came out. It was a month and a half, maybe she was pregnant with the third one, and then she finally took a break before the last ones. But it was like, bam, he was shooting up the club. I don't even think one of the comments she told me, and she's like a sister to me, so I could say this shit about her. But she told me the whole time she was with him, she never seen his cum. She never seen it. I mean, every time he bust one, he was shooting up the club. He never wore a condom.
Empty the clip.
He emptied the clip every single time. The whole time she's known him, they were married, divorced, back together, all this other stuff. I'm talking years, like 15 years. And she's never seen this man's come.
And so she was chasing the bag.
That's what I think. I mean,
Okay.
you dating a guy, you see he got his own company, he making money, and he bringing home all the bills. You ain't got to go to work, and I'm like, that ain't right. Yeah, you finna learn this ain't gonna be the way you think it is gonna go. So it was her mistake to make, but the short end of what I'm trying to say is this: like Deandra said, you're not gonna find a perfect person in one frame, in one body sack. You're not gonna find the person that cooks, that cleans, that pays the bills, that rubs your feet, that treats you right, that doesn't cheat on you, that this, that, the other. You got to have some chemistry. Once that man and that woman sit down and connect and lock in, I got you on this, I got you on that. Yes, we're gonna argue. Yes, we're gonna fight. Yes, we're gonna have disagreements. Um, no, I'm not gonna rub your damn feet. You piss me off. That's the parts that come with the marriage and the relationships. You gotta tell yourself, what am I happy with living with? What am I okay with saying, this is my person, this is my mate. I ain't gotta worry about trusting them. I can call them at 11:30 p.m. and they answer the phone and they say they're in the bed and I believe them and I hang up the phone and I go on about my business or my trip or whatever. You just gotta have that chemistry, that connection with that right person. And then that person gonna have to be your person. It's gonna be something about them you don't like. His feet might stink. She might pop her gum and it's irritating to you or whatever.
Of
It's gonna be something.
course.
It's gonna be something in there. So I agree with Deandra and I agree with T.
Yeah, so this is very interesting because Marquise brought it up the first time talking about like when he got out of college or whatever, and the women had men in different categories. I was kind of like, that's interesting. And then T asked the question. Then I'm listening to Deandra. I'm like, oh, that was me.
Mm, okay.
Like when I was single, you know what I'm saying? Like all my guy friends, as I'm sitting here, I was like, yo, that is a true thing. Like you got the one when I used to smoke like that, you know what I'm saying? The one you smoke and kick it with. You got the one that likes to go out, you know what I'm saying? He's spontaneous as fuck, you know what I mean? Like so y'all going out. You got the one that's real handy with his hands. He come out and take the trash out. He keep the car clean, fill it up with
Mm,
gas. You know what I'm saying? So, like, that is a thing. It is a thing.
yeah.
It's a thing. So, yeah, I never even thought about it like that. I think that's the thing in both, with partners and friends, like she put it. That's a thing. But as far as the relationship stuff, like when I got into relationships, I didn't really have that. I think that goes back to what Keith was saying, like just about what you attracting. Because I've been told this before that you can't have it all.
Mm.
And so y'all really think you can't have it all? That's what y'all saying.
I would say no. You can't have it all. You can have what's for you, but you can't have it all. What's for you is good. That's when you make your plate and you sit up here and you put your greens, your macaroni and cheese, you put your pot roast, your potatoes, you put everything on that plate. But you know there's something on that table that you still want, but it won't fit on that plate. And so when you walk away from that serving table and you got your plate in your hand, you got to be comfortable with what's on that plate because that's for you. You cannot get everything on that table on that one plate. It's impossible.
I mean, you can take a little
I'm
piece of
greedy and
everything, put it
I'm
on
like
a
an inner
plate.
fat
Come
boy,
on.
so I'm an inner fat boy, so I'm always thinking about food. So yeah, that was my description connection. That's my
Well, I'm
version of
on
it.
the journey. I'm gonna prove all y'all motherfuckers wrong.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
You gonna stack the plate?
I'm gonna stack that motherfucker.
You
Well,
know
this
what?
conversation for me,
Go
I'm
ahead.
sorry, go ahead, LT.
I was gonna say, saying when Marcus said, I actually respectfully disagree. You know what I'm saying? Knowing what I know now about the Matrix, you know what I'm saying? All is possible. You know what I'm saying? What separates one possibility from the next is probability. And
Okay.
what's all is subjective. You know what I'm saying? What's all to Marcus and what's all to Marquise is two different things. You know what I'm saying? Some people want more, some people want less. Now I agree with Marcus that there's going to be some type of trade-off.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's going to be a give. You know what I'm saying? And a take. I do believe that you can have it all. Like you say, you can't put everything on one plate. We'll get two plates. I do that. You know what I'm saying? Like in my younger days, when I'd be at the club, I would get two drinks and drink them both at the same time because I felt like doing it. So it can be done. You just have to know how to do it. Don't say just be willing to do it, but it can be done. You know what I'm saying? Like we living in a world with no limitations. So you know what I'm saying? So you say you're an inner fat boy, well go get an extra plate. Go get a bowl of ice cream while you at it. Go do something. You know what I'm saying? Go
Yeah.
get some sorbet.
Hey,
Go
you
do
got
something.
two hands. You know what I'm saying? Put
Okay.
it,
Yeah.
put a plate
Now
right here. Put a plate. Balance that shit
I
out.
like
To the
that.
table.
Now T, let me ask you this. Let's say you go get those two plates. You get everything you want.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Mm-hmm.
one of those items on that plate could be something that you really like, but it fucks your stomach up and it makes you
I
sick.
knew
And
you was
it
gonna say that. I knew you
and
was
I
gonna say
mean
that.
it's that one person that you really thought you could put everything into, and that's the one that backstabs you. That's the one that wants to fuck your brother. That's the one that wants to take your money and roll her eyes when you walk in a room, but she's smiling your face. It's I like the way you said it. You got to make things happen. This is the world of possibilities. You know, but damn, I would just hate for something like that to come back and bite me in my ass,
Now
man.
I would say dust yourself off and try again. Try, try,
Yeah,
try.
you're gonna
Okay.
have to. Yeah,
Do
because
all the things. Do
life
all the
gonna
things.
life. Life gonna
Yeah.
life
And
whether
that
you like
whole
it or
plate
not.
ruined, obviously. So you gotta
Yeah.
get
So
something else.
go get another plate.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well,
Yeah.
let's give
And
her
put
a
all the
name.
things
Let's give
back
her.
on that plate. Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Let's call her Keisha. Okay.
Okay.
So Keisha bites you in the ass. You know what you do? You accept that you got bit in the ass. You know what I'm saying? Go get a band-aid, go get some alcohol, take care of yourself,
Yeah.
go find another Keisha. There's a Keisha that won't bite you in the ass, that'll give you what you want.
That's Irene.
I don't want to
Basic.
even mess with no
That's
more Keisha.
Irene.
He said Irene.
Oh, okay. Irene, you know what I'm saying? But it's out there. It's there.
I
You
get
know
what
what
you're
I'm
saying.
saying? So,
Yeah. But I just don't think it's no perfect person. I mean, you gotta get what's
oh,
for
yeah, of
you.
course.
Yeah. Definitely find somebody that you get along with, somebody that you don't mind spending time with. They don't irritate you after a week or two. Um, I actually dated a girl that used to literally take gum. She used to buy it by the stacks and would pop gum. And I hate like eating, chewing noises, and I got misophonia like real bad. So for her to sit up and just pop the gum all fucking day, and every time you hear it, and I mean, it just irritated me. And it was like to the point where I wanted to like rip my own flesh off or strangle her and take her flesh off. But it was just like
Damn.
that bothered me. And I was just like just because of that right there, I don't want to fuck with you.
Picky.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, well, he did say all day. Like,
All day. I mean,
that's
while she
extreme.
was
That's
awake,
extreme.
every time she was awake at work, at home, in church, it didn't matter where she went. She had to pop that gum. And
I think I'm a
you might
hopscotch.
think it's not irritating. You get about a week or two of that, and it's gonna be irritating.
Oh, irritating. Well, I'm a jump rope. I'm a with double dutch on in here right quick. Um, so back to the original question. I have never had men in different categories, although I was always advised to. A lot of women do advise, especially elders. You know, you got to have men for this and that. Um, I do believe that you can find what you are looking for close enough in one person. You know, you're not gonna
Mm-hmm.
get it all in that person. And I think the key there is to find somebody who's open or willing to be open to grow or to shift or expand in certain areas. But then a lot of that has to come from you too. You know, you can't really
Exactly.
expect somebody to show up for you when you're not showing up for yourself. So I do think it's a great deal of balance that needs to be had. But also the key, and like Deandra said, like we have to have friends for everything. And I don't think that people should get in relationships and forget their friends and shut the world off, you know. Like, yeah, still give me the anatomy and independence to have a friend for this or a friend for that. Not to say for resources or paying anything, but just having more mirrors around you. Like that one person shouldn't be your focal mirror. Like we're here to grow, we're here to build something, you know. But have your own life. I'm gonna have my own life, and we meet back up. You know, I'll see you when you get home, babe. You know, but I'm gonna go hang out with my friends. You hang out with your friends. Like I think that you need a variety of people in your life to be able to give you everything that you need to fill you up, you know, whether that's emotionally, spiritually, physically, you know, good times and, you know, parlaying and kikiing or somebody that's serious that can do business plans with you. You know, like we need that variety. But I wouldn't put all that on one person. So that's just my little in and out.
Yeah.
So, what about your lover having opposite sex friends? So,
Um, well, me personally, I'm cool with it. I have a lot of attractive male friends who are married, you know, and their partners welcome me in. The line has never been crossed. It's always been open and flowing. And I always appreciated how these women, you know, accepted me into their home or into their family spaces or into their holidays. And it was never no bad feeling, you know. And I appreciate the fact that they allowed us to just be friends and to talk and laugh and, you know, be platonically intimate with each other and it not be an issue. So I wouldn't have an issue with my partner, but I definitely have to trust my partner. You know,
mm-hmm.
I'm definitely gonna pay attention to patterns. You know, if you have a track record of not being faithful and you still battling with that, then yeah, that may not work with us, but that mean I don't trust you, you know. So either I have to adjust myself or you gotta adjust yourself. But I don't care. I don't mind adjusting myself and finding somebody that I do feel safe with. But I would never tell a man like, oh no, you can't have female friends because I have male friends, and I know males who have friendships with women that don't cross the line at all and are very respectful, and I know I have to find that myself too. You know, so.
Yeah.
Deandra.
But anybody else?
I'm still working on that one. I'm still working on that one.
That's real.
Yeah, I'm still working on that one because I'm be very transparent. I don't think that men and women. Well, let me scratch that because I don't think a man can be friends with a woman and not wanting more. I I'm just yeah. I think I still need to work on that. I don't think it's I think that I just don't think it. I think it's gonna always lead to a man wanting sex, wanting more. And I'm still working through that. I don't know where that comes from. Um, because I haven't experienced that, so I don't know where that comes from. But I don't think it's possible. I don't think a man can genuinely just be friends with a woman and that's just it. So yeah.
Do you feel like that's stemming from the fact that you're aware at the end of the day, a woman is gonna be friends with somebody that she's attracted to at the end of the day. And if she wasn't attracted to him, is there a good chance that there was some form of exchange that she was getting from him that allowed her to get that man proximity in the first place?
Rephrase that because I want to make sure I'm understanding what you're saying.
hmm So do you feel like it's stemming up because you're aware that women are going to be friends with men, and just like men, vice versa, that they are attracted to, there's
Oh,
some form of attraction there.
Right.
Or if they're not attracted, then there is some form of exchange that substitutes the attraction. But if that exchange wasn't there, she wouldn't be around him in the first place, or he wouldn't be around her in the first place.
I agree. I would say yes. I guess I don't believe that it's some type of transaction taking place. So I would agree. It's some type of
hmm
transaction that is taking place. It's not whether it's emotional, whether it's physical, it's some type of transaction taking place.
hmm
And I guess it would just depend on the man or the woman with whether they're comfortable with that transaction.
hmm
Um, yeah. I'm still working through that one, y'all. I just don't
That's
see
okay.
I don't I cannot I don't see it. I just don't see a man just saying I'm just gonna be friends with this woman and that's just it. It's either they wanted to shoot their shot and they was just afraid or whatever. And so they just, just settled for the friend category, or they already, they did it and maybe it just didn't work. And so they already got what they wanted. So yeah, I'm cool. I'll be your friend because I already got what I wanted and it just didn't work out in that aspect, but I'll still be your friend. I don't.
hmm
Yeah, yeah. I need that one. I need to really process. I'm
No,
not.
that makes sense.
I'm not there yet.
hmm
Yeah, I used to feel like that back in the day, I guess. Because I've had a boyfriend who would claim, no, this is my homegirl, my friend, but I found out later it was something more. Um, it wasn't until I started, I guess, attracting um more mature individuals where I didn't feel that, you know what I'm saying? Like it's not like the male friends that I have, we met just like, being out like, hey, shorty, like let me get your number. And then, oh, I just want to be your friend. Like these came from settings of work or either in like our spiritual communities or somebody I grew up with, where it's more like a brother sister tone. And I don't think that men want to have sex with every single woman in their life, especially if they already have somebody fulfilling that. Not to say that he's not a cheater or so, I can't say what that man is doing, but I don't think that every man is looking for, to get in the bedroom with every single woman that they cross paths with. Because we interact with men and women all day long, and I don't get that impression. I mean, you will know if it's an attraction there. Um,
Hmm.
so yeah, I had to sit with that myself and be open to it. And which again is why with the male friends that I do have that are married, like I give their women like so much like love and respect and like constantly thank them for allowing me and trusting me in their space. Because for
Hmm.
me, that would have been a big deal. Like, well, who is this woman like you in here sitting on the couch talking to, while I'm in the kitchen
Hmm.
cooking,
Hmm.
so that caused me to see things differently and have a higher respect for women who are
Hmm.
open to that. But I totally get what you're saying, Dan. I used to feel like that.
Now, respect to you, for even making sure you set the intention, let that woman know, like, hey, thank you for
I'm a
allowing me in
woman,
this
like I
space.
know, yeah,
Yeah, for sure.
I know.
Hmm.
That's all I think about the whole time. Like every time she walked by, looking like, "What y'all laughing so hard for?" Like I'm putting my in my mind what I feel like she's saying and thinking. So I constantly reassure her.
Hmm.
And it's never like no bad blood. It's always beautiful. Or like, girl, if I didn't trust you, you wouldn't be here. That's what one of my homegirls, because one of my homeboys' wife has said. So I just respect stuff like that, and I want to be as open and trust a male just as much. Like, yeah, you can have your childhood homegirl come over, or your homegirls for work, come through. If I can
Yeah,
trust that y'all are just that, let me
Hmm.
see something different, and then I'll adjust my perspective.
Hmm.
I get that. I just always been like that, just because I've just always felt that humans are humans. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just have a connection with other humans, and it ain't got to be sexual. I've been like that since I've been a kid, though. So, um, I wouldn't want nobody telling me I can't have no male friends. So I am in the space of allowance for that. And then to observe the man. Cause to me, if a man wanna cheat, he gonna cheat. And I don't care how good you suck his dick that day. How good the coochie is, how wet it is that day. If that man wanna cheat, he gonna cheat.
You gonna do what you want to do.
He gonna do what he gonna do. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? But I never been in that space. But I've had lovers or partners that have said what Deandra said, like, nah, cause that man wants you. That's why he your friend. That's why he doing X, Y, Z, because he wants you. you know, like, and it just don't make no sense. I didn't actually heard that from more men than I have heard from women, that men and women can't be friends. Like,
That's
he want to fuck
interesting.
you.
That's
I've
interesting you
experienced
say
that
that.
for sure.
I have a lot, and when I say a lot, I'm not saying one or two. I'm talking like 30 lesbian friends, and I mean a lot. I mean here, I'm living in Georgia now
A
from
lot.
Michigan. I mean a lot. And I mean, there were times when I was like really good friends with this one lady, and her girlfriend at the time had one of them bodies. Like, man, I mean, I'm a man. I had to look, and I was looking. I wasn't looking like I want some of that because I knew that was her girl. But out of respect, I mean, I look at everything. So, her ass wasn't that special. But I think we had all went out as a group. We had all went out as a group one night, and she put on some jeans, and I literally was thinking to myself, how how did she get
That
all that
ass.
body, that
In
ass
them
Them
jeans.
in
jeans.
them jeans? And I was literally thinking, like, did they spray paint that on? Like, are those real jeans? Like, I literally could not believe it. And her girlfriend, who's a good friend of mine, her girlfriend walked up to me and like stood in front of me, like kind of blocked me off from the rest of the club. She was like, I thought I could trust you. And I thought you was like my friend. And I saw the way you looking at her. And I was like, look, I said, I'm gonna be honest with you. I said, I was looking. I said, but shit, I look at yours too. I said, but I'm a man. I noticed it. I said, but I said, the fascination with me is We all out here having fun. We all friends. Everybody cool. How did she get them pants on? I was just like, cause I really want to
Inquire
know.
minds want to know.
I said, and I can't be the only person. So I was like, okay, look, everybody, y'all stop talking. Everybody listen. I said, y'all see this girl named Renee. I'll never forget it. I said, do you see these pants Renee got on? I said, tell me what y'all think about these pants. And everybody kept saying, them things tight as hell. And they was like, wait a minute, can you breathe? And so everybody was like asking the same things that I was thinking. And so I looked at her friend and I said, look, if I say trust me, I mean that. I'm not gonna disrespect your relationship. I know that's your girl. Y'all cool. Y'all on lockdown. I'm not trying to be the guy who's friendly with the lesbians because I want a little piece of pussy on the side. I'm not that guy. I'm gonna tell you who I am, and you gonna know me up front. And it's not gonna be no secrets and no creeping and none of that. And so I told her that. I said, look, you can leave me with her in a house for the whole weekend. I said, I promise you, I won't touch her. And I said, and I don't know about her not trying to touch me. I said, but that's a different story. I said, but I was like, I am very observant. I'm a Libra. I mean, shit, you can't get nothing past me. I'm gonna notice everything all the time. And I was like, so I'm looking because I'm fascinated. It ain't because I'm rock hard. I want to get some of that. I want to dance on her, and I need to get some piece of that. And then she sleep with this man and not be with no woman. I'm just not that guy. I was like,
Right.
and I was like, you've known me for years. Like she and I were friends, really good friends.
So do you think women and men can be friends?
Yes,
Mm.
it depends on the person. It depends on the person. Not everybody. Not everybody. I get where Deandra was going. I was like, but you got to know the person you dealing with, the person you fucking with. If they fuck with you and you fuck with them and y'all know each other, you got to have some trust. Trust is going to be a part of that at one point or another. And if y'all got a relationship, a history, you know that person like the back of your hand, that's your soulmate. And you see them talking to a coworker or something like that, and you gotta have trust. You gotta open your heart. I mean, if it gets stumped on, it ain't gonna happen well, maybe once, maybe twice in your life before you say, okay, I'm not going there no
But then
more.
when your heart gets stumped on, it's like, what is that reflection? Like, you know what I'm saying? It's to figure out
I
what's
haven't
going
been
on
there.
internally.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
haven't been there because I
But
haven't
I
opened my heart up to nobody except one woman, and she literally knows me that she could probably verbatim tell you every word that's going to come out of my mouth. But we known each other over 20 years,
mhm.
so I mean it's different. I mean time changes everything.
But for the people that saying yes, I mean, what happens when that friend is fine?
They could be fine. They could
When
be a
that
fine
friend is
friend,
fine.
a fine friend. Shit.
I mean, I think the imagination is a very powerful tool, and just like how, a man can see a woman and 1 second each, okay? How a man can see a woman and see like she's attractive or have features that just stand out. Like women look too, but that don't mean that we're gonna act on what we see, so for one, self-control is key, but then also just play it in your mind. Let your imagination run wild, but you don't have to experience it because you're intrigued by it. It's a lot of things that I see that's beautiful and I'm intrigued by it. And I may, look in my mind like, dang, okay, like he fine. Or I might even look at a woman like, dang, she thick, but that don't mean I'm about to go try to smash,
Right.
like that's
No, because
not
I done had some fine ass male friends. Like, I mean, fine, you know? But the thing is, it's like, that ain't it right there. You know what I'm saying? Like, he might be fine, like, looks attractive, but I wouldn't date his ass. You
right,
know what I'm saying?
right. The
Yeah.
same here. It's just a line that it don't even feel right. It's not even entertained to cross. But I
Yeah.
could
What
definitely
about you,
acknowledge, oh,
Marquise?
you're highly attractive,
Hmm.
but that's that.
Yeah. With me, okay. So I think the ultimate question is this, y'all. Like,
You know what I'm saying?
if he's given the opportunity, is a whole different scenario than whether
Look
or
at
not you
Deidre.
created the boundary as to if he will on that has sex with you or not. Like again, at the end of the day, for most gentlemen, this ain't all gentlemen, but for most gentlemen, if they are friends with a lady, there's some form of attraction there. They'll want to be out in public with her because she's around him and there is some form of attraction. They know that other brothers or other women may be attracted. It depends on that person, like we just spoke about. But at the end of the day, if you do a social experiment and say, hey, if I walked up with some friends and I was like, okay, cool, like, hey, bro, that's your friend? Yeah, yeah, yeah. She a beautiful woman. Okay, yeah, for sure. Y'all ain't never did nothing. No, no, okay, cool, cool. Have you ever gotten an opportunity to do something? Nah, nah, we ain't there on that type of time. She ain't never on that type of time. True, but if she sort of throw at you right now, though, we went out, y'all got drunk, and she wants you to me. Would you do it? Most brothers gonna be like, yeah, right. So a lot of gentlemen may not have had that opportunity to even
Mhm.
do where they would do in those moments. They might not have had the opportunity. And me myself, I've had those opportunities. Have I said no? Absolutely. But the reason why I say no was completely different. It was off the fact of, okay, I actually appreciate her. I actually fuck with her the long way. I actually like her family too. And I respect her son. All is well. At the end of the day, if me just trying to get some for the mere moment of will ruin all of this, I'm good on that. So we not doing that. And that's okay. I think that's necessary. But that's a boundary that I put up based off how much I cared about her. Now, whether or not she still will let me done it or not, I'm a man. I'm not tripping on that. That's fine. If she feels that I'm attractive, I think that's awesome. But we're not crossing that boundary. For me, the slippery slope is, well, if she end up having a man, that's a whole different story because that man might not feel the same way. And I have to have a boundary for myself as a man and not go too hung ho on being friends with a woman, knowing good and well I'm not providing her a space or capacity where she can be safe with me forever. If a man's coming through, then as a man, I gotta say, okay, hey, all is well. I'm gonna get that some space. Maybe later on, as y'all build y'all dynamic or whatever, and I can meet him and all this, and we can do that whole shindig fine. But for that immediate point in space, nah. You got that man, you need to be over there with him. Don't be coming over here with me. Y'all need to create that space and build together. I'm just a different distraction and noise because you're not gonna get the same things you would get from me as a friend now that you got a man in the first place, nor should you necessarily, if that's y'all's dynamic. So yeah, I've been in some very interesting situations. So, what I'm saying, this is kind of like I bring that I think about in that nature too. But I think men and women can be friends for sure. But it doesn't mean that, y'all never could have done something. Y'all just had certain boundaries. And if y'all respected each other, then that's beautiful. But if it's not being communicated and there's a lot of gray area there, then of course it's gonna be a cause for a lot of BS in the future, for whatever growth that may be in your life. If that makes sense.
Total.
So that brings me to a question though, or trying to really dissect and see what the root of this disconnect is. But is it that we don't trust men to say no when sex is presented?
Look at Deandra.
Okay.
Yes.
I
So
think it's both on both ends. I think men, like I said, is fire on fire. You know, like we can't act like women don't have the autonomy to, and it's not necessarily frowned upon for her to have, leisure and how many partners or who she want to choose to have sex with. Most men are probably looking for the woman to let him know that she wants to have sex with him, right? So like the cold approach ain't even the thing no more today. I see women complaining about the fact that men aren't approaching them, or I am. Like I had a list the other day, and my lift driver, she was a little old, she's probably like in her early 60s, maybe late 50s, and we started. I don't know how we got on the subject, but she did, and she just got triggered instantly. She's like, "Yeah, I'm over here. I go to the gas station, and all these niggas just hollering at me, but don't nobody want to with you. Don't nobody want to blah 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 with you. I'm just trying to get my gas. I get on my nerves." I'm like, "Oh man," I'm just like, I'm in the back geeking. I'm like, "Okay," but I asked her a question. Though. I'm like, "Well, is it because those are not the men that you want to be hollering at you. Like if it was a gentleman out there that you found attractive though, everything would have been cool, right? She's like, yeah, exactly. So it's just you didn't like that. You didn't like that person that was doing all the hooting and hollering. But when that brother come through and you like the one that's doing all that hooting and hollering, your eyebrow gonna raise. It don't mean that you instantly gonna go forth, but you gonna give him the some form of a shape of time of day. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I feel about that. I feel like the Homo sapiens is a very complex being, not linear in any way, shape, or form.
And that's interesting because you know, me being a woman and being around other women, most of the discussions are that men can't be trusted. You know what I'm saying? Like they are the fucking cheaters. They cheaters. But
Mhm.
I have these male friends though that have been cheated on repeatedly and be like, no, the women, like I don't fuck with women like that because they be cheating. They cheat us.
The pendulum swings both ways for sure.
Mhm.
Amen.
And that's the thing about my experience. Like I didn't know some of these women were in relationships. Then I'm finding out that they were in
Ooh.
relationships. Or I'm cool with their best friend. They homegirl's the best friend, but then they go behind that homegirl best friend back and ask me, why are you on her and not me? I'm like, whoa. So as a man, the question is for real, like what do you do with these prevalent real situations? It's like it's not a scenario anymore. It's like it's real. You know what I'm saying? So it's like at which space do you have acceptance? And then when you have that acceptance, when what does that mean in regards to like this whole is it a fairy tale of what we're considering be relationships or connection or matrimony and all these different things? Because it's like, yo, everybody's on fire and they're smoking mirrors. It's very interesting. So I don't know. I feel like where I'm at today with that, I'm very present, but I think and it might be unhealthy, but I have a very radical form of acceptance when it comes to this whole all these things that we're talking about. And it's a flow, but I know my boundaries ultimately are what's going to, you know what I'm saying, keep me at peace or at bay with certain things, rather than just assuming I'm gonna give them a time of day or opportunity. But if there are certain things I pick up on, it's in my best interest that I hold and be heed to what I'm seeing and move accordingly, you know, because I mean, we hear a lot of nightmare stories, right? Like all the
Yeah.
time and seeing them war experience. So it's very interesting.
Can I follow that?
Great conversation.
Can I follow that with just one thing? I work in sales, I work in real estate, so I'm
Okay.
always talking to other agents, other people, brokers, investors, different brokerages, different agents. Um, I noticed that when I started putting my face on my business cards or my text messages, my digital stuff, like if it
Hmm.
was a lady who had a listing and I wanted them to accept my offer and my client's offer, I was catcalling. I was setting it up. I was like, look, you gonna talk to me because, I was using my assets, in other words, to try to get some deals done to get me a check. I ain't gonna be brutally
Absolutely.
honest with that. Now,
Hmm.
there's another lady who works with I'm with KW and she's with KW too. So, but a different office. And I've seen her, I've met her, I've been around her. No attraction, nowhere. I never go out there and be like, "Ooh, hey, hi, how you doing? Come give me a hug and a kiss." And I'm just not that guy. But I remember I had surgery like 4 years ago, and it was major surgery. First time in the hospital, I lost 40 pounds, all kind of stuff. It was crazy. But when I came out of that surgery and started putting my weight back on, I remember going to a football game. I went to a Falcons game and I saw this woman that I hadn't seen. In my mind, she's a friend, she's a coworker. I never looked at her that way, nothing. This woman saw me and I mean, she beeline straight to me. She smacked into me, gave me the full frontal hug. I mean, all of our parts was touching. And then she grabbed me and pulled everything in. So it was like, we
Mm-hmm.
was smushing it, everything.
Mm-hmm.
She gave me one of them hugs and looked me right in my eyes and my face. And she was like, I was so worried about you. oh my God, I love you so much. And I'm just like,
Hmm.
this
Give it
woman was
time.
married. This woman was married. She'd been married for
Right.
about 15 years. I mean, I didn't know none of this. And in my mind, I'm like, where did this come from? Because I don't look at you like that. Like, I don't know why. And I'm like, by the way, can you let go of my meat? Like, what are we doing here? And so I'm like, it was off-putting to me because I wasn't expecting this. She grabbed me and held me and smushed everything together and
And
wouldn't
you
let
ain't
go.
hit that?
No, never, never. I
Never.
never was even attracted to her like that. Like, no, it just I looked Deandra like bullshit. Like,
No,
no,
but it's a common theme though
yeah,
with
I
most people
just
say,
wasn't.
I
I
understand.
wasn't. I wasn't looking at her like that. I never did. I didn't even know she was married. Like I didn't care. Like it was none of that. But something about me being in the hospital made her so concerned for me and all of this stuff. And when I say she gave me that full frontal, I wasn't. I couldn't say no. I didn't have a choice. Like she grabbed me and it was going down. But I didn't even know she thought of me like that. I had no
Mm.
idea. I had
But
no idea.
it wasn't
I
because of
had
the hospital, Marcus.
I guess it. Look, if it wasn't for me and knowing myself, see, my old lady was like, when I told her the story stuff, she was like, well, she must have had some feelings deep down in her spirit about you or something,
Deep
and
down in that
you just.
nanny.
She said you probably just didn't catch them little messages and things
Hmm.
she was dropping. I said I guess I didn't
Hmm.
because in my mind, no, I wasn't even thinking of her like that.
She had to get more aggressive with that thing.
She did. This woman is married, still
Yeah.
married.
Those were the
Like
main ones, so
I was like, what's going
They be
on
some
here?
horny bastards, don't they? The married
Yeah.
ones.
Oh, married
mhm.
horny asses.
Especially when you get the 15, 20 mark, they be looking for some
Eee.
excitement elsewhere.
Yeah.
So now we have had conversations about people having multiple partners or being in promiscuous spaces and having unhealed traumas, and that's why they're promiscuous. And so, Deandra, is there a space where people are having multiple partners and exploring and not have no trauma?
Yes, I did it in college. College was, I'm just gonna tell y'all, I had the most fun in college when it came to sex
Mm,
because all I was focused on was I'm getting this degree.
Mm.
That was my focus. I got to get this degree. That's what I'm here for. If you're interested, I'm interested. Cool, let's hook up. That is when I felt the most liberated sexually. Like it was no, I was responsible because I was on birth control. I made sure he took care of it on his end because I wasn't having no babies because I wanted that degree. And it was not from a place of trauma. I didn't get the hangups until after. But during that time period, I had the most fun. And if people wanted to call me a hoe, I would have worn a t-shirt proudly because I had fun. I really had because it was no expectations. I was very clear, like I'm here. I gotta finish this. I gotta get this degree. This is what I'm here for. But we like each other like that, and that's what we gonna do. And if and nothing else comes afterwards, I am cool with it. Oh my God.
mm,
Like when I look back at that, I'm proud of myself because I embodied that. I didn't have no shame, no guilt, no nothing. It was just yes, yes. So man, I really enjoyed myself. I really did because I felt empowered. I felt in my body, and I didn't want anything from him except that. It wasn't like, oh, can you help with books? And I got tuition to pay. It was simply we are hooking up to have sex. And I had a really good time. And it wasn't until I don't know where it came from after that, but it wasn't until after college that I got all these hangups. I don't, like I guess I got to sit with myself and figure out what happened. But girl, yes, it is possible to do it without trauma being attached. Because I did it. I am living proof that you can do it. But it does take, you got to be honest. You got to communicate. You have to say like, this is what it is. And don't take it personal. If I don't call, I'm not going to take it personal. If we see each other on campus and we walk right past each other, you do have to communicate that. Um, yeah. And now that I think about it, when I'm focused on a goal
Mm-hmm.
is when I feel more empowered sexually.
Mm-hmm.
It's not coming with all the expectations. When I'm focused on a goal and it's just like, hey, I'm focused on this, but if that's what you want to do and we both in agreement, then let's do it. It's when it's like when I'm just, I guess, just living life is when it gets complicated in my head. So maybe I just do better with the sexual thing. Maybe I just need to focus on some goals and get back to that or something. Cause yeah, I think it can be done and you don't have no trauma attached. Cause I did it in college and it was the time of my life. The
And
time,
so were some of those partners multiple sessions?
yes, yes. Some of them were better than others. So yes, it was multiple sessions. Yes.
And nobody got the emotions up in that thing.
He may have, but I can honestly say I didn't. Cause when I'm focused, and it's a Capricorn. I'm a Capricorn.
Oh yeah, girl. Y'all
When I'm
got that good. They good at that shit. They good at that.
yes, when I'm focused on a goal, it will be no attachment. None.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
it may be on his end, but it definitely wasn't on mine because I knew I needed to graduate. I needed to get this degree, and it was no emotions. It was no emotions except when it was feeling good. We was in the moment. That was the only emotions I was feeling. That was it. That was all. But yeah.
I think a lot of people, everybody, in my opinion, we all got a bust it down phase. My bust it down phase,
I
my
didn't
bust it
have
down
it.
phase. Yeah, I had it. My 20s, man, you could tell I wasn't turning down shit. I was like, oh, okay, sure, yeah, you okay? What time? With a drink, without a drink, I don't care. Look, let's go. Like, it didn't have to be like straight up penetration, fucking. It could be, just making out, kissing and motorboating. I mean, I liked everything. So it was like I wouldn't turn down in my 20s. Like when I'm in my mid 20s, shit, I had a busted down. We all had a busted down phase. I'm honestly having a. I just had a whole meeting in my head just that fast. Okay,
I was about
so
to say you having a busted down phase right now.
I'm gonna say it. So I'm the product of a busted down phase.
Oh,
So and I'm literally going through that as we speak. I literally just found out a week ago that my dad, I've been calling dad for 35 years, is not my biological father.
Oh.
And my mother been telling that story and Osa, or Urban Goddess, she knows me. She know what I'm saying is the gut wrenching, God honest heart truth right here. Like she been telling me my whole life, that's your daddy, that's your daddy, that's your daddy, that's your daddy. I was a virgin, that's your daddy. I went to Georgia, that's your daddy. And I literally got the DNA sitting right here in my face, and it's like he's not your daddy.
Peace and love, God.
And I'm like, I've been asking you from the jump, where I come from, what's my ancestry, where, who are my people? They're people I've been looking to love on. And I missed it because, I found out my bio dad passed in 2001. I was
Mm.
20, 21, somewhere around there. I was young. I could have had a relationship with him. I could have been named after him. My name would have been Jeffrey instead of Marcus sitting up here. I don't know. So mama had a bust it down phase. And I told her, I was like, it's okay. Even if you say I don't know. Back then I was busting it down. I was wilding. You don't know what happened, but she still got this story in her head. That's your daddy, that's your daddy, that's your daddy. And I'm still over here like, here's the proof. He's not. All of us can sit up here and lie. Everybody you looking at, everybody you talk to can tell a lie. Dana, DNA can't tell no lie. So you can't always win. I mean, I hate to say it, but that was just I don't know. Like I said, I had a whole meeting in my head in that 3 seconds. And I was just sitting like, damn, should I say this? Should I not say this? I'm like, no, I'm gonna say it.
No, that's
I'm proud of
interesting
you for
because
speaking it out loud.
Yeah.
yeah, I my eldest sister, like she found out at 40 that
Mm,
the dude that she thought was her dad
hmm.
wasn't her dad, that my sperm donor was her dad at 40. It crushed her though.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, I can imagine. I've had up and down feelings. I think shit, the first weekend I found out a couple weeks ago, I think shit, I don't remember that weekend. It was a blur because me and Grandma
Mm.
Ye had a love affair that weekend. And I had to do that to get my head right because I didn't want to snap, go off. I didn't want to, reply to something a certain way. But we all got that busted down phase in us. It's gonna happen whether you younger, whether you older. It's gonna hit, and
I love how Deandra had framed it. Because it made a lot of sense for me. But when I had my busted down phase, I was focused on school and work. I ain't had time for no relationships. When I wanted to, get it off, I knew who to call. And then once
hmm
they start getting a little bit too serious, all right, 2 months in, usually it was like a 2 month window. After 2 months, we start getting a little too attached. Okay, yeah, I already told you this, it's not going to be that, so I'm
you
sorry I
got
got to part
you got
ways.
the 2 month monkey.
I had a 2 month rule, especially as a single woman. Like, I just wasn't looking for that. I was way more focused on, getting my certificates and working, and I enjoyed my freedom. So, yeah, but I was the most focused at that time, and I was manifesting like crazy. Like
Mm,
everything I said I wanted, I got. And I didn't have an attachment to who the phallus belonged to, Didn't want that at all. I didn't want feelings, attachments, nothing. So that really was a grand time. Just reflecting on it. So thank you for that, Deandra. Um, but yeah.
See,
ooh-wee.
you've been quiet over there.
Because everybody's been rapping. You know what I'm saying? So I had to take it all in. You got Marcus and Marquise. You know what I'm saying? Sound like two brothers right there. So when they talk, I listen. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, it's a few things I guess I could say. I'll go back to the whole, if you don't mind, men and women being friends. You know, now do I believe that now? Actually, I do. I do. I believe it now. You know what I'm saying? But that comes with a lot of personal growth and evolution. You know what I'm saying? If you're one of those people that's just devolved, then yeah, every woman you see, you want to take them down. Yeah, you can't really trust a man like that. You know what I'm saying? He's just waiting for his opportunity. You know what I'm saying? So, and when you have a man who doesn't want you to have male friends, he's projecting. You know what I'm saying? Because he can't be friends with a woman. You know what I'm saying? And you're
Hmm.
pretty, so guess what? You can't be friends with a man because
Man.
he's gonna want what I would want. You know what I'm saying? So there's a whole lot of insecurities, a whole lot of jealousy, a whole lot of projection. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I mean, I guess now in my life, you know what I'm saying, I can definitely do it. I can definitely do it. You know what I'm saying? And matter of fact, April, I'm gonna use you as an example. You know what I'm saying? Like some people may not have noticed, but I am a little sweet on April. You know what I'm saying? Just a little bit, but I am sweet on her. You know what I'm saying? But April has been a great help to me in my evolution. You know what I'm saying? So imagine if I was up here constantly trying to rub on her ass and trying to get her to come see me and all this. Well, guess what? You know what I'm saying? Like I wouldn't be in this position and I've ruined a good relationship. You
Hmm.
know what
Hmm.
I'm saying? And those things matter too. A lot of men have ruined relationships with women. You know what I'm saying? Because they can only see them as sex objects. You know what I'm saying? So you have to learn how to grow from that. You have to.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And with April, I'd rather have her in my life like this than not have her in my life at all. You know what I'm saying? Because she's been such an asset. So, that's just something to think about. So if you're
That's
young and you
real.
listen to this conversation, yeah, you're young, you listen to this
I
conversation,
respect that.
you know what I'm saying? Then, recognize that you can be friends with a girl. You can be friends with a woman. You don't have to sleep together. You know what I'm saying? So just keep that in mind.
Yeah, I think a lot of times we ruin connections of bringing sex into the equation. Like,
Right.
this person of the opposite sex could very well be somebody you're gonna make a lot of money with, a business partner. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
you didn't jump into bed with this person. Now you've completely like drawn a line on that whole path, even, manifesting. Because everything isn't built around sex. We don't have to sleep with everybody we meet. Like sometimes the attractions is literally to be that friend or to be that safe space or a business partner, like I said. So I've learned a great value in that. And meeting people who I would visually see as attractive to not cross that line. And I'm again grateful that I did.
Yeah. Now let me say this. 80% of men, right, will attract about 20% of women. And I say that to say this. You cross a woman who has a lot going for herself, who's going to be your friend, chances are if you try to sleep with her, she's going to say no. So not only did you lose opportunities, you know what I'm saying, possibly business or friendship or whatever, you also didn't get to sleep with her. So was it worth it? You know what I'm saying? You didn't get nothing, nothing. You know what I'm saying? Not no dirty text, no nothing. So
Dirty
you have to
text.
remember, like, sometimes some things just aren't worth it. It's not.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? If you're
Absolutely.
winning on the other side, you know what I'm saying? Just stay winning on that side. And who knows? Down the road, something could happen between you two. And maybe y'all both could be better off for it. So,
Mhm.
food for thought.
Absolutely.
I respect that. That's the truth.
So, what about anal sex?
So you just went
Ah.
from we can be friends to anal sex? Wow.
How you jumping? That's crazy. Man.
Oh, please.
Goodness.
I had to, but it's a question because me and my data
See, what
collections.
time? What time is it? How long we got?
No, because I have, had some partners that are like, no, like I'm not doing anything with your booty, like no fingers. My penis is not going in that thing. Like we not doing anything with your booty. You know what I'm saying? And then some men are like, when we gonna try that? You know?
Whoa. Can I respond first and just get this out the way?
Yes.
Let me get this out the way. Good friend of mine. I love her to death. She is wonderful, fantastic, great personality. She's the type of person you want to have as a friend. And she's gorgeous and fine too. But you don't have to sleep with her. But anyway, um, she had a boyfriend that they were together for many, many years. And this conversation, this exact conversation came up with us. And we just reminisce and talk about it recently. But her boyfriend wanted the booty hole. And she told him that we can do that after we get married. And
Yeah.
so that
Okay.
was but she gave me some game now because the woman is smart now. She said literally, I know I'm not gonna ever marry this man. This motherfucker ain't my husband. She knew that. And she said that. She said so when she told him that, she was telling him that to get him to stop asking because one, she didn't want to do it. Two, she didn't want to do it with him. There's that part. And then three, if she said it to him and gave him a goal or something to look forward to, then he would act right. And that was just her opinion about it. And she was like, she said to me, that's where your waste comes out of your body. I don't want my man up in there swimming. She's like, it's just not for me. And I said, okay. And she said, but he wanted it bad. And she said, but that was her way of deterring him from wanting that, doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I get it. I understand. But she was smart. She was kind of a player in her days. Like the way she worked him and made him stop asking and everything. And I
I mean,
think they
I used to say that too, but I really kind of
used
meant
to
it.
say
Like,
it
I
way
mean, you
too.
got to save something for marriage. I mean, I
You
ain't no
meant it.
virgin.
Like
Like,
soon
damn.
as we get married, you gonna give it to him on wedding night, like the honeymoon. You gonna let him bust it down.
Look, you got to save something.
I don't know. It ain't for every
Also,
woman. It ain't for every man either. So.
Yeah. I'm personally not a big fan of it. I tried it.
Oh God.
Shut up. Um,
I keep forgetting y'all
when I was in
cousins.
college. Right, so that's my blood
And I
cousin
changed
now.
her diaper, so no, I'm
Yeah.
gonna hear this.
But yeah, I wasn't a big fan of it.
La la la
I
la
tried it with
la
my
la la
boyfriend at
la
the
la.
time. But I only tried it because I had women around me who were into it, and they would tell me how like hard they would come from it and how the orgasms is. So I was always interested, but that wasn't my experience, you know. And I tried to get drunk and shit just to try with my boyfriend. I was like, oh, nah, you got too much for that. So I haven't tried it again since then, but I am open, you know, when I settle down with my life partner, if that's what
Mhm.
he into or want to explore, or I might just want to explore it again in a comfortable setting. But like that's I'm saving that along with some other things that I haven't done before for my husband.
Mm,
So,
what you ain't done?
but
I
yeah, a lot
can't
of
take no
women
more.
love it though. And I find it so like, you know, interesting. Because
No,
I know
I want
in
to know what Miss Tantra sacred sexuality. What you ain't done?
what I ain't done. So one thing sorry, cuz so one thing I said that I would say for marriage is like allowing a man to like nut on you or in your mouth or you know, stuff like that. Like I'm not doing that. Now now he laid out dead, okay. But
Y'all
that's
silly.
something like I would say for my
Oh God, help me,
husband.
Jesus.
That's just something
What?
I hear women all day like,
You ain't
oh
never
like
made a face mask?
no.
No.
I heard about all the different protein and nutrients that they give you. But I don't believe in giving a man that satisfaction. Like you're not my man, you're not my husband. Now my husband gives
Okay.
you that satisfaction. But until I get there, like you already got to the point. As long as you get to your you know, orgasm ejaculation, my job done. You don't need to see the after effect. That's extra razzle dazzle that's not warranted. But for my
Ooh.
husband, yes.
I can't
Okay.
stop laughing.
Shut your
Sorry.
face. I'm sorry, y'all.
That's
We
it.
fucking.
So ain't no and nut in your mouth or your vessel.
Yeah. And you know, other explorative things, kinks,
Um,
stuff.
Fairy
Okay.
godmother,
Mm.
why you keep pushing her? Like she didn't said a lot.
I said a whole lot, right?
You
You
ain't
like
said no whole lot. This ain't no
she like
whole
you ain't
lot.
said shit.
We be talking about some things up here. She ain't said
I
no whole
see,
lot. Go ahead,
sweetie.
Deandra.
There ain't no.
I'm
I'm
crying.
say this because I lived in Atlanta,
Come on.
and
Why am
uh,
I laughing?
Because we
and
feel it.
really, we're still well. He was gay. We're still friends today, but I remember going with him to a resource spot for gays,
Mhm.
and the counselor there described like what happens when they're having anal sex, and how he was explaining it because he was trying to get them to see how AIDS can be transmitted through that.
Ah,
But he was really good at his job, and that visual never left me. So it's
I could
like,
imagine.
no, no. And then too, after living in Atlanta, the first thing I'm thinking of, if a man is insistent on that, I'm like, are you gay? That's the first thing that comes to my mind. So yeah, I think Atlanta kind of traumatized me with that.
So you ain't never tried it?
Because before then, I may have been open to it, but it's like after that, I was like, oh no, like I can't get that image out of my head.
And
What
I,
about
But
I
the
grew up
men? What
around
about the
gay
men that let
men.
their women like peg them and stuff like that? Like, what's
I
I
ain't
don't
okay.
you
see.
See,
said
You started it.
because men had that G spot right there. I know a lot of women
yeah,
who go
yeah,
down there and
Called
will
a
put in
prostate.
2 inches, and they
yeah,
said the man just shoot.
yeah.
I haven't tried it myself.
I haven't either, but yeah. Maybe that visual just, yeah, it ruined it.
Oh
Yeah,
God, Lord.
No, but I have heard the orgasm is really intense.
yeah.
So,
Yeah, I hear it's a
any of the
lot.
masculines ever performed anal on a chick? Mm.
Yeah.
Nah, I feel like to be honest, I've tried it once with a significant other. We were dating for about 7 years, and we tried it in year six, and we both laughed. We were good on it. Took too much time. I was scared. I didn't want to go to no emergency room. Um, Plus just the different, like that's a whole process right there. You know what I'm saying? Like, let alone I had to acclimate myself just to allow a woman the space and time and I had control for her to give me fellatio. I felt like that shit was just, it can be a waste of time because some women just can't, they're not good at it. So then you got this whole space, you gotta, no, it's cool, don't even trip. Like, we good, we keep it going, it's like, don't even worry about that. You just sit right there, love, and you're gonna be just fine. Everything gonna be good. So, yeah, nah, I think, maybe when, maybe that's a space for me and my significant, because I know it's gonna take some time. Um,
Mhm.
and just that stimulation and me mentally and all that different stuff. But nah, I'm really good on it though. Like, it's okay. I got the mouth, I got you, you know what I'm saying? I got you the vagina, the thing now. So, I'm good on that with the lady though. It's okay.
See,
Yeah.
Well, orally, yes. That's what I do. That's my thing. No apologies. So what? That's how I move. But as far as sexually, I've never done it. You know what I'm saying? And when it comes to it, I'm somewhere in the middle. I'm not opposed to it, but I'm not exactly for it neither. You know what I'm saying? Like it have to be something that the woman would want for me to say, okay, we can do this.
Mhm.
But outside of
Mhm.
that, yeah, I'm not asking. But my tongue, though, yeah, that's it.
That's different though. We talking
I
about
mean,
penetration.
well, I know, yeah, there is a difference, but I thought we was being transparent. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So,
no, ain't nothing
yeah,
wrong
we
with the
got
booty,
you.
brother.
We got
Yeah.
you. We got you.
I'm
yeah,
starting to have to add this, but I can't get it on my mind. But like I grew up around a lot of gay guys and went to gay clubs growing up, and they will always talk about the prep. Like they would not eat all day. They would cleanse and do enemas before they go in. And they'd be like, yeah, like you don't want no chili dog.
Oh
Like,
no, 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 no.
so that fucked that up for me. Like, yeah, y'all can have that sport. Um, and I can't help but to think about when I think of anal chili dogs.
Nah, chili dog's gonna be stuck in everybody's head all night.
It's stuck in my head, so it's stuck in your head. I'm sorry. But yeah, it's the prep though that has to go into it. It's like that's a whole lot, like just to get your rocks
Yeah.
off. So you starving yourself all day, and then you still gotta cleanse before you do it. Like, what if you don't even get lucky? Like you just starved yourself for no reason. So yeah, I
Yeah.
think it's an
Well,
interesting sport.
to answer the question, yes. She made sure that I wore a condom, and it took a long time. And to me, it wasn't worth it because I was like, I'd rather rub one out myself or just go to sleep or something. It was like it was a lot, but same girl more than once, and that was it.
Like,
And she wanted it. I didn't ask for it.
I got a homegirl that love it.
I was gonna say, I got a lot of girls that love that shit. They love it. They like, man, like the orgasm is intense. Like they noonies be, like it's crazy
Oh no,
work.
that's a real thing. Like, I've had women told me they squirt off of anal penetration and things of that nature.
Mm.
Um, but that's the thing. Like, I feel like the woman would definitely be the one who would have to verbalize, and then I had to get myself together whether or not I'll be willing to do that based off my connection with her for sure. But Yeah, y'all talking about chili dogs and all that stuff. Clearly, it's you know what I'm saying. That's a process in of itself.
No, I knew
That
this
just sound like a
Scottish chick,
nightmare.
and she said that with her husband. They was drunk, and she said, "And I shat." I was like, "You what?" She said, "I shat."
Oh boy. Ooh, would you look at the time?
What about fingers though?
No, gum is cool. I don't, you know, I'm right up in that thing. But that's
Goddesses,
just
fingers.
I'm
pushing
gonna put
on
a thumb in the butt. Yeah.
yeah, for sure.
I mean, we've
Um,
all, yeah, I think we've
I don't.
all.
I still be feeling uncomfortable personally.
Mm.
I have to be in a state of
Why?
full
Because you think
surrender out of
about
my
chili
head.
dogs.
Yeah, I still think about chili dogs. So I do be a little uncomfortable, but
Your
I don't
stomach
know.
don't be hurting. You good? What's the problem?
As long as a man does have to assist you with relaxing, and sometimes that is with his mouth. So um, if I'm relaxed and we there, maybe, but on average, like nah, my antennas go up. It's ding, 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 ding.
That's
Well,
funny as hell.
Deandra, what about the fingers?
Mm.
Can we get a finger? A
Yeah,
thumb?
yeah, I can see it. Yeah, I would be open to it. I can see it. Yeah,
Don't
yeah.
know till it go down.
You said what now?
No, I was talking. I
Oh,
said you ain't
oh.
gonna know until it go down. You ain't gonna know until it go down.
But are the goddesses interested in doing that to a man?
I'm not. I mean, unless it's again possibly my
I don't know.
husband,
Deandra is
somebody I'm
thinking
with for a
about it. Hold
while.
on.
If it's somebody I'm gonna be with for a while and I just want to be explorative in the bedroom,
Yeah, I'm with Oats
maybe.
on that. That's not just something just random. I'm with Oats on that. It has to be we in this thing. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, we're
yeah,
trying to spice it up a little bit and try new things.
yeah.
And so you would do him in the booty.
I wouldn't do him in the booty. That's what you said.
So that's what I was talking about. What you was talking about?
No, I
I
mean I
thought you were
thought you
talking
meant
about
the
fingers.
finger.
You asked
Yeah,
her if she
Oh,
put her
stick.
finger.
Oh, sticking a finger up his ass. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Well, yeah, that's the
That's what I
thing
thought you
too.
asked her.
Oh,
yeah,
Yeah.
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 Okay, that's the thing too. Uh-huh. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I wasn't thinking about nothing else. Oh, but
yeah.
Okay.
I did have a homegirl who was she would strap her husband. She was actually my roommate in college. She was older. We had got an apartment off college, and yeah, she was a freak. She used to take her teeth out. She was young as hell, but she'd take her teeth out. I'm sorry.
It sounded like
She
her. It
was-
sounded like her husband was a freak too. Shit.
yeah, and then she would tell me how she would put a strap on. She started first by give him head and putting her fingers, and he started liking it. And then they just started expanding and going into other stuff. But she turned that man out.
That is diabolical.
So the goddesses are with the fingers. Are the men with the fingers up their anals cavities?
All is well. Just leave my booty hole alone, and we're gonna have a magnificent time. I can assure you. I've actually had I found out later on that a few of the women that had a good amount of women that I had been with, like we were talking about earlier, they got these certain experiences that they knew they wanted, and they had more than one guy who liked it, and then ended up telling me about it. Inevitably, I'm like, who? Damn, that's crazy word. Okay, well, good for them. But
Mm.
yeah, I was very green in that arena, just like understanding that, like, nah, like there are men absolutely who enjoy that from their women.
Mm-hmm.
Shit, no judgment, no bias, but I'm good on that, man. I barely like taking the doggone poop. Shit, I really like my lips sometimes. But yeah,
Yeah.
not a finger's
You
crazy
remember
word.
when you remember what y'all remember when Tank got interviewed and they were talking about this same thing and he said I'm with everything. He said just no utensils. He's like you can lick, kiss, eat, all that. He said, but no utensils. Nothing's going in. And I kind of laughed when he said it, but it made sense to me. Like, because if you're gonna be with a woman you love, you're gonna lick and eat pretty much every part of their body, every inch, pretty much. And if she do it to you, okay, that's fair play. But yeah, I don't need to be going in her booty hole. She don't need to be going in mine. That's the way I see it.
I think
Now I did find out there were a lot of old heads. Like, I ain't know though. I ain't know. I love some. I ain't know the uncles and some of the unks out here. Like they like getting their butt ate, and that's something that they actually tell a woman to do. That's something I found out recently. So that's an interesting thing too. I guess it really depends, for real.
Yeah,
this might.
I know a guy who was a relative, and that's all he looked for was a woman that would eat him out. And it was to the point where that's the first thing he shopped for. He didn't care about her in no other capacity, but the first question was, "Do you eat ass?" And that's all he wanted. To the point where we were like, "If you want your ass ate this damn much, like that
Didn't
means you
Trick
don't let
Daddy say
anybody
that
eat
too?
What, Elsa?
I said, didn't Trick Daddy recently come out and say that too? That he like to get his butt ate.
it." Probably.
Hmm. I
Oh
Yeah,
believe
God.
it.
Yeah, he run around here looking like Florida Evans.
he looked
Okay.
terrible.
But that's the
He's a
thing.
nice
Like
looking
it's
man.
that's the thing. It's like I spoke on earlier. Like when it comes to the Homo sapien, sex in and of itself, like it's not linear at all. Um, I understand like there's definitely men that got different preferences. I wouldn't say that they would lean left to right or anything of that nature. It's all pleasure at the end of the day. It just depends on what that person likes, really, for the both of them. But for a man, it's very interesting. Like you got a brother like, yeah, you eat ass, bro. That's crazy. That's crazy work. But I think about different things because I'm very passionate and intimate. You know what I'm saying? So like, I'm gonna want to kiss you. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like you saving that for the end, or
Exactly.
at which point does that become a catalyst? Is it, you know what I'm saying?
I totally feel that. I 100% agree with you. Because in my mind, I'm thinking, how many other dudes have you did this to? And you all in
I
my
don't care.
face talking about, give me some tongue.
I
Like,
don't care. I
yeah,
ain't tripping on. I ain't tripping really how many she. I mean, she a freak. She a freak. I like freaks, but it's just I just got certain boundaries. You ain't touching my butt.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know about the booties, touching male booties. I had a lover that he came out during conversation. Me and him were talking about because I had a girl, that first of all, I had two girls. I had one girl that was her mission. Like she would call me and be like, "Girl, I got him." Like to stick her finger up their ass. Like that was her thing. You know what I'm saying? Then I had another girl where she would like to really strap some things on and you know what I mean? So I'm talking to the partner at the time. Well, he wasn't a partner, but somebody I was dating with at the time. He was like, "Well, I mean, I don't see nothing wrong with that if it's your girl." I was like, "Oh, okay." But see, my deal is, is I can't be sticking nothing up yes because that's real dominant to me. And it's just me. It's just me. No fingers, no utensil, no
No
nothing,
utensils.
no tongues, no nothing up your ass because I just ain't gonna respect you like that. I mean, it's just real. That's superficial. That's my human self. That's my ego, but it's just real. Like, nigga, you been who you talking to?
And like you said, that's
Like,
a masculine energy to put yourself in.
yeah, it's too masculine for me. Like, I can't. I won't see you the same way. Like, I won't look at you like
You
a
know,
man.
Yeah.
if that
I
mind
used
me
to feel
adding,
the
what I
same exact
noticed is
way.
that the women who do that, they are trying to um like gain some type of dominance over the man.
Dominance,
You
yeah.
know what I'm saying? So like either they had issues with men in the past or they just want to be more dominant than him. I'm not looking for that myself, similar to what our fairy godmother said, but yeah.
Yeah, fairy godmother hit the nail on the head with a lot of stuff. I used to feel the same way about women that wanted to like play with your cum. And, one girl used to blow snot bubbles out her nose. She used to play with it in her mouth. She wouldn't swallow it. She would walk around all day with it on her face.
What?
And
Okay.
and I was just like, you got a big fascination with semen. And I'm like, I can't see myself like passionately kissing you, when I know you done that to every dude you've been with. Like, I
How
don't
you
know.
know? How you know it's only a select few? It might just only be a
Yeah, there was
select few.
the way she was into it, and she would always like beg for it. Like, and I wasn't her first partner, so I'm figuring she did that with everybody, and she wasn't shy about nothing. She'll tell you, this guy he has really thick cum, and this guy right here he comes like a gallon every time, and I'll be like, that's not sexy to me. Like, it's not gonna work for me because I don't want to imagine that every time I want to kiss you or something like
Oh
that. It's like
Lord.
that's a turn off.
I mean, but I thought men like that though. Y'all don't like, you know what I'm saying? You come and she doing fascinating stuff with your sperm.
I mean, blowing bubbles and shit. Like I never seen I never seen, I was surprised and
Like
amazed, but
how
it
she even
wasn't.
come to the conclusion that she could blow bubbles with them joint? Like,
She literally put it in the back of her throat and then she blows it out her nose and it
Yeah,
blows
that
up.
just
I'm like, how?
You had to
Like,
perfect that. Like that's
she,
some
that's fucking
training.
that
yeah,
means
that
she
that
done that.
talent.
She done that quite a few times. Her
That's
name's
fucking
Belinda.
talent, yo.
Her name's
That's
Belinda. She's here in Atlanta. I'm sorry, but anyway, that's her thing. I'm like,
that's
"Hmm."
crazy, right? Yeah, but I think it depends on the woman. You know what I'm saying? Some women are experienced and they might appreciate giving head, more than anything. Like they actually love giving head. So they do different things. But just because she got bubbles and all those different things coming out and what I'm saying, like it don't really mean that she maybe necessarily doing anything. Um so that's another thing. It might just be that guy, like it turned him on when he see the bubbles and things of that nature. So but like just because she blowing bubbles don't mean she really doing something. Really. It's just a mess.
I think that was her goal.
Yeah, she doing that
She
for
wanted to,
her.
she wanted to get the sperm to play with it. It wasn't. She didn't care
He
what I
already
thought.
got off. Like
Yeah,
she
she
doing
didn't
that for
care what
her
I thought.
only.
That was her fun time. It was almost like, okay, I got what I needed. Go away and let me play with my new toy.
Like her
And
Right.
puppy or something.
yeah,
Trying to
it's like a
shoot
kink. It's a kink of hers. And I mean, and she told me she do that every time. She loves to play with sperm. That's her thing.
mm.
Now,
So the men don't like that. Y'all don't like that.
I don't like it. I don't like it because if I'm gonna be with you and I like you, I don't like it. Now, if you just busting it down and I'm in my bust it down phase and you just something to do and I know I ain't coming back or if we do hook up it's because I'm gonna be bored and I don't feel like jacking off, then sure, go for it.
See,
I ain't tripping.
Well, I have a rule. Do what you do, but don't tell me. You know what I'm saying? I don't need to know. You know what I'm saying? You can have as many sex partners or sex experiences as you want, and I'm fine with that. But don't be in my face telling me everything you done did. I don't really need to know that. You know what I'm saying? It kind of puts you in a different vibration.
It
You know what I'm
does.
saying? It's like I know, but I don't know. So it doesn't matter. We do what we do. You know what I'm saying? In a discussion. You know what I'm saying? But if you telling me you blowing snot bubbles all out your ass or whatever the hell you doing, I admit that's a skill. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna want to experience it. Yeah, that's great, but I don't really need to know. You know what I'm saying? All your past experiences. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? No judgment. Just keep it to yourself. We can do what we
right. So,
do.
I mean, besides her talking about her previous experiences playing with nut, are you into her playing with your nut?
Oh yeah, she can handle that. You know what I'm saying? Once I give it to her, it's hers. So yeah, that's fine. That's fine. You know what I'm saying? I'm all with it. I'm all with it.
He said as long as she ain't try to put it up in her and make a baby, he said he good.
Ah, my keys.
Hmm. Yeah, I'm not really tripping. I'm gonna have to use my imagination right now because like it's one thing with the spit, but y'all talking about with the semen. That's very specific in nature. Like, but I would say I'm not tripping though on that. I prefer to see her swallow it for sure. That do something to me. 100% rather than just like playing with it. Again, like I like to be in. I like to be in and tapped in so we can really like get to it. If that's a space that she needs, it'd be different. Where she gotta give her that time so she can play with it or whatever. But I don't know. Like the way y'all just described that whole ordeal, was like, yo,
Right?
I'm
Marcus
like,
just fucked it up for
I'm like,
everybody.
yo, I'm like, damn, like it's so many different things. Varieties.
Hey,
Like for me, it's like she might like show you or something and then swallow it. I like that too. But I'm not tripping. Like, yeah, I don't know. But I used to when I was younger though, I would definitely want to see her either go spit it out or you gonna swallow. Which one? Because in my mind, I'm like, what you gonna do with that semen though? What you plan on doing with
mhm.
that semen? But that was just, that was my mind. I was just hyper vigilant in that nature.
Young men used to always say that though. Spit or swallow. They used to walk around all the women, spit or swallow. Neither
I
nigga.
remember that era.
Yeah. How about neither one?
Hey, I'm not apologizing for changing the subject from chili dogs.
Tony dogs.
Appreciate it. Really dog crazy work.
Deandra.
I have no comment. Thank you, Marcus. Wow, you learn something new every day. I have no
I know that's some new. I was today years
comment.
old. Like
Yeah,
cum bubble, nut bubbles.
yeah.
Nut
Wow,
bubbles.
Marcus, you should write a book. You have interesting.
You
If
got
I
a lot of
wrote a book,
interesting friends.
if I wrote a book, it's funny because I met that girl through a good friend of mine, and he had been with her, and he was the one that told me about it at first. He was like, "Man, she be making snot bubbles," and I'd be like, "What you talking about?" And we were riding our motorcycles, and I met her at a sports bar, and he was like, "You better go over there tonight." And I'm like, "Okay." And I learned about the snot bubbles, and then I called him, was like, "Dude, you ain't lied." And me and him are like brothers, like we cool. So it was nothing for him
Hold
or me.
on. Hold on, Marcus. My bad. I apologize to disturb your wisdom.
No,
Um,
you good.
so hold on. You said because now you speaking on snot bubbles and things. Now that sounds like to me, with her saliva. I get that. Like that's something for sure. But you're not talking about saliva, correct?
No, snot bubbles were white.
He said she
What
put
do you
it at the
say?
back of her throat and then blew it out her nose.
Oh, so yeah, she plays with it in her mouth. She might mix a little saliva with it, and then she like leans back, and then she like how you blow out your nose. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, look at Fairy Godmother. She put a barf, but she would push them out through her sinuses,
Yes,
and they would
because
come
it's
out her
connected.
nose. And as they
Yes.
were coming out,
Oh,
they would come out separately, and someone would make big bubbles, someone would make little bubbles, and then she would play with the bubbles, and she would laugh like it was funny to her. But the bubbles were white,
It sounds
so
like
it
she's been
it,
doing that since she was a
it depends
child.
on how much sperm she got. Like if you just came a little bit, she probably couldn't do it. But you give her a couple of tablespoons, she good. I don't mean to gross you out of that, but yeah. But that's how she did it, Marquise.
Wow.
Yeah,
Very
all
talented.
okay.
your faces turned up.
Very talented. Today years
Very
old. No
talented.
judgment, no
Yeah,
bias.
Deandra said you learned
Yeah, I
something
ain't
new.
judging her at all. Shit, that's a skill. Shawty get it. She
That's
with
a
it. She doing
skill.
it. Yeah.
I don't know if I want to see it though. Out your nose. I mean,
That was her thing. Everybody got their something.
Hmm.
well, I'm a watcher. I like to watch, but I don't.
Yeah, but that works for her. It might not work for you. You might just want your nipples licked. I mean, everybody's different. So, but for her, that's what she looked forward to.
Hmm.
So
Yeah, that is some
I
new
liked it
shit.
because I got the experience, but she would never
Hmm.
be my wife or my woman or nothing like that. I couldn't.
At that, did you feel like you was gonna go back, or that was enough for you
If
in
I
that
went
moment?
back, it was just because I wanted something to do, and I ain't feel like rubbing one out myself.
You were
Then
bored.
yeah, right.
Hmm. Bored and horny. I get it.
Yeah, so in
Dang.
my mind, yeah, if you come into my crib, great. If I gotta come drive to you and it's gonna take me an hour to get there and all that, I'm good. I'll stay home and just take care of myself. Shit.
No
I could be
effort.
done. I could be done and
I
cleaned
was,
up in 5 minutes.
I was
So
crazy. That time span, crazy work. 30 minutes, an hour, 15 minutes, to make a whole
yeah,
difference.
you gotta drive 40 minutes to get there, all this.
Crazy work.
Nah, I'm like, you good.
That's interesting.
That's how guys think, though. It's all about convenience. Am I gonna go spend $150 taking her out to eat, going to get a drink or something else because she wants this and she wants that? She's not expecting to pay for nothing. And then when we go home, if I get invited in or if she comes back by my place, the expectation is not there. It's no guarantee that you're gonna get some just because you took her out. And sometimes before we even start that conversation of who gonna do what we gonna do tonight or whatever, I'm like, "Psh, man, I can take me an edible and rub one out and be done and clean in 5 minutes." like I ain't finna go through all of that with her. And she wasn't that. I mean, I wasn't that into her like that, especially after the snot bubbles. I was like, ooh, because in my mind, it was like the next time I see her, she gonna try to kiss me in the mouth. I'm gonna be like, nope. I'm gonna turn my head, and be like, here you go, mwah, mwah. And it's like, yeah, I don't want to kiss you in your mouth now because I know what you do with it.
Crazy work.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. Um, I don't think I got no more questions.
Yeah, you
I
went
gotta
out with a
run.
grand finale.
I gotta run myself after that one because
What you say, Marquise?
And so you went over there with a grand finale in the middle of it. You ain't got no
it's
more
not
questions.
snot bubbles.
I mean, I have heard of some creative shit. I've done some creative shit, but damn, like that's a
Just when
whole
you
nother
think you've seen it
level.
all, you heard it all. You have not. I promise you. Keep living. I think I'm the oldest person here. Keep living. Oh no, I don't know, but yeah, keep living. There's a whole bunch of stuff out there you gonna come across and experience and
Oh,
learn.
can I share one very disgusting and interesting freaky tale that
Please.
this old man, I used to work at Chrysler, but he had came and told us, but this man had to be definitely in his 70s. And I remember he walked up to me on the line and he like, you ever heard of and I forgot what he called it, but it's a Cuban something. And he like, it's when you put a banana in a woman's ass and her internal heat cooks it. And then when she pushes it out, he eats the banana. Like
How does it even go in there?
I don't even know. But it
She
was
got
so
a loose
disgusting.
booty.
It was so disgusting. I don't know. He said that you had to do it firm. So I guess kind of ripe banana, not ripened all the way.
Was she
Mm.
pushing plantains in her ass? What the fuck?
That's what I was thinking, like plantains. But I remember that story because that story came up. I was giggling with a previous coworker not too long ago. But yeah, he straight said that that's something he do, and he kept talking about it, and like told everybody on the line. I'm like, that's disgusting. Like, why would somebody want to cook a banana in their ass and you eat it? Like, that was
Uh,
just weird.
I
So
think
I
I've
thought of
heard
that
it.
when we had our
I've heard it
conversation
all.
probably like 10 minutes ago. I wanted to
No,
jump
so
out
he
and
wanted
say,
them that like
Oh
paid
man.
to like watch women take shits and
oh, he
shit.
was an old man with a hunchback and everything, girl. This man could barely
Yeah,
hold
he paying
so
for that.
he
Yeah.
was yeah. But he was so confident in sharing that story. I haven't heard nothing like that since then.
Thank you so much, cuz I've never wanted a refill of tequila so bad.
Well, go get your refill.
I'm about to. Oh yeah, so that's the
Um,
first thing I'm about to do. Ooh.
that's interesting.
Banana
Mm.
boat. Man.
Banana boat.
And a chili dog.
I wish I knew what he called it. The name was so funny. But yeah, I'm
Mm.
good on that stuff.
Wow. Mm.
Now you couldn't just eat at the table. Like, what is he doing?
He probably had her on the table, all fours on the top of the table or the counter.
Mm.
Like, push
Um,
it.
it just
I'm
made me
about
think
to
about that the movie The Human Centipede. It's just super disgusting.
Nah, see, there you go. So I knew you was about I could tell about it. I could tell you was about to go there. We are not going to the human centipede. We're not going no two girls, one cup. This is where it's leading to. these fetishes and things, man. It's very interesting.
Yeah. Yeah,
But
I hope it's
these
not a
these gentlemen
fetish.
pay for that though. What's not a fetish?
Well, I would hope that the whole human centipede thing,
Well, yeah, cause
that
they
was
were actually
torture.
stitching. Yeah, that was torture, like stitching body parts in the mouth. Yeah, that was crazy work.
Yeah, they so in the movie, it's a movie, I think it's like 2 or 3 parts, but they were all like hostage and held
Mm,
captive, and the man would stitch somebody's mouth to somebody else's butthole, and then the person behind them would be stitched to their butthole, so it made a whole human centipede, and he would only feed the person at the front.
hmm hmm Yeah,
Look at
come
both of
all
their
the way from the
faces.
front, go all the way to the back until that person, do that bowel movement. They had like how many? They had like 6 of those, didn't
Did they
I think so.
volunteer for it?
they?
No, they were
Y'all
held.
watched this whole movie?
Wait, this is real?
It's a
Yeah, it's real.
movie.
It's a
Well, I think it
movie.
was based on a true story, but it's a
Hmm
movie.
So, yeah, it gotta
Hold
be.
on, are you talking about? Is it Saw? Is that the name of the movie?
It's not
No.
Saul.
Saw.
It's not Saul, but see, it's in the
Oh,
theme. It's in that nature and theme of Saul. It came out
No,
around that, but it's different. It's different because it was a doctor who, if I'm not mistaken, didn't they have it like to where he was part of the Third Reich, and then he came and he started doing his own experiments because he started doing. They had different ones. The one I saw, it was this doctor, and if I'm not mistaken, he was from like the Third Reich, one of those like German doctors from World War II,
mhm.
and he was able to migrate somewhere else, and then he used to like, what I'm saying, kidnap folks or lure them in, and then they was all stuck in this basement lab, and then like he started doing the experiments, and all of them had to watch him do this process. Like it's a torture, like so it's like Saw in terms of torture T, but it's completely different though.
Mm,
Yeah, I want to
yeah.
say somebody did like a parody of that scene in some movie, but I can't remember. But
Oh, wow.
yeah, wild stuff.
Yeah.
Damn.
It came out in 2009.
Okay, so yeah, I'm not looking that up.
Yeah.
No.
Okay, so yeah,
I'm
Yeah.
sorry, y'all. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, okay. Uh,
mm,
Let's tap back into Akasha's energy, y'all,
Yeah.
because we
but I
somewhere
will
else.
say though, for what we were hitting on earlier, this just to kind of bring it back to Akasha though, but just this acknowledging these signatures, whether it's masculine or feminine, right? Because like when April spoke, she prefers to be in a more submissive nature, right? In that experience. But then you got some other ladies who are naturally dominant
Yeah.
and they may have husbands or boyfriends who are actually submissive, or say they might not have a piece that can pleasure that woman, right? So then you got a whole, you got couples who seek different things and adventures, but I mean, it all really depends. Like, I'm pretty sure there might be somebody on this show that do some of the things that we talked about. Ain't nobody judging y'all. You know what I'm saying? It's just new to us, but different strokes, different folks. Just as long as y'all safe, man, y'all ain't hurting or harming each other. I don't see why not.
No, and then we all have different opinions. Like, also don't want to be nutted on. I'm okay with it. You know? I
Just
mean,
not the face of my mouth. Like I'm not. But yeah, you could release somewhere else on the body, but just not. Sorry, cuz.
I ain't
okay.
said nothing. I ain't said.
Okay, no, so that's that's okay. Cause I thought you meant on your vessel, period.
Oh
I'm
no.
like,
I've
damn.
had, I mean, I guess this is extra, explicit and telling, but you could ejaculate on my, backside or on my boobs, like stuff like that, like was cool, but just not the face and definitely not the mouth. Like that's a special privilege to me, for
So
me.
you're not a swallower.
I'm not a swallower now. I mean, again, I've never tried it, but I would be open to it with my
Yay.
partner. then who knows? Maybe then I might love it, but that'll be something that he can cherish. That's something that he has done with me only. So
Okay, so just real quick, because I know we've been on here for a while, just real quick. Because while we're talking about all this wild ass shit, right? Okay, so let's just say that we are throwing a retreat, you know, tantra, sacred, sexual, all the things. You know what I mean? And of course, if I'm a part of it, we're gonna have some party nights and all the things, you know what I'm saying? People come, be bucket naked, just be free. You know what I'm saying? So, as practitioners, what is too far? Deandra, go first.
You mean at the retreat? What would be too?
Yeah, if we're hosting a retreat, right? And it's this free flowing sexuality and stuff. And I mean, you've seen some of us cringe. I mean, we got cum boogers, cum snot, cheeseburgers. No, I mean,
cheeseburgers.
chili dogs. You know, um, bananas coming out of booties. I mean,
feel like it'd be a matter how you facilitate the
I guess
different spaces.
Osa, because she has more experience. Because the first thing I'm thinking of the legality, but I mean, first, okay, if we're hosting it, are we allowed to participate, or is that just for the
of
people?
course,
Oh,
of
okay, so we
course.
are allowed to participate. Oh, okay. Wow. I guess it would be up to the individual person what they would what they would feel is too far. Yeah, I guess it would be up to the individual person. And then to I guess Osa would know, are you doing NDAs? Like what's like I don't know. Like
Of course, you would be doing NDAs, but I just mean like because you have a group of people together, and like that's why I threw myself in there because if I'm there, like we're gonna have a night where we got the music going, and everybody just free doing whatever the fuck they want to do, naked, non-naked, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And we all are in a space partying, you know? And so I'm just saying, like, as a practitioner, the facilitators of that thing, I mean, what if you have, you know, people shitting in people's mouths or
well, I guess if we just got a mutual agreement that this is what it is, then what's the problem?
Yeah. If you're
I
willing
mean,
to do it and somebody willing to receive it,
yeah, like what's the problem? If that's the
not.
mutual agreement, then you know that when you're coming into this space, it's kind of like the thing that's coming to my mind, what you do in Vegas stays in Vegas. Like that's what it's gonna be. That's what
I
it's
mean,
gonna
I've been to a few sacred sexuality retreats, but it was never no physical contact or like
be.
nothing sexual actually happening. It may be like shamanic um practices or dance or different techniques where you're moving the breath and circulating through the person, or using being fully clothed but testing your different senses. So you got the whip, you got the feather, you got something to tickle. You use a
yeah,
lot of
so when you
body
guys are
stimulation.
facilitating activities,
Yes,
you
and it's
know what
like
I'm
I
saying?
guess
So
control
that's why,
control and structure.
right, that's what I mean about me being there. It's not a controlled thing. Like we party, everybody show up 9 o'clock, you know what
It's
I'm saying?
like a
The
swingers club.
sessions are done for the day, you can be naked or not be naked, whatever.
Yeah,
It's
I mean,
party night.
if it's like that, it should operate like a swingers club does, where it's still rules, you still got boundaries, but everybody free to do what they want to do. But you make sure you communicate what it is that you want and what you don't want, what your partner want and don't want. Whether you being a voyeur like I am, asking, hey, do you mind if I watch y'all? Like just common courtesy type stuff. But yeah, if it's something like that, I think it should just have like those standard rules.
But those are the only standard rules.
Yeah. You want to respect people's boundaries. Some people don't want to be kissed in the mouth, so
No,
no
but I mean,
kissing or
some people, for what we're calling open, you know what I mean? Some people are a lot more open than others, you know? And I mean, I get that everybody agrees to be in a certain space and all the things. But I mean, there are things that go on that are very extreme. You know, somebody might want to hang somebody from a tree and, you know, put jewelry in them and watch them bleed, and everybody's okay with that. You know, both parties are in a space of agreement for that, and that's how they get off. You know, or like I said, one person might want to shit in somebody's mouth or put a banana up somebody's ass and push it out, and you know.
Certain themes, certain nights. The best thing should probably be just to facilitate some prerequisite
yeah.
questions or like a questionnaire so that you're able to know, like, however, whoever's coming to the event, you're able to know and are aware of like what their boundaries are, if they're open or not. And, so you can have whether it's 2 days or 3 days, or even if it's just one night, I mean, you should have a venue that will be able to allow those different experiences in a structured and controlled environment.
Yeah, as long as you give a person the power to say no, because everything ain't for everybody. Some people want to try everything once. Some people got a strict list of things they would never try, so you never know what you're gonna get. As long as that person that's in the same room with you is okay and got permission and you're okay with it, I say go for it.
Yeah, but we have to have these conversations. I'm so thankful for y'all and just being open minded because we have to have these conversations. Because as practitioners, I mean, it's shit like we just up here, baby, I don't know, all the things. I mean, it might be some shit that you seeing and you like, he just took a spoonful of her bowel movements and
Mm.
just,
Yeah, because we're all spiritual people. We're all that. I mean, I do readings all the time, and you'd be surprised how much sexual stuff I see. And when I say it to the other person I'm talking to, and they like, "That's exactly what happened." I'm like, "I see it. I know." And I'm saying to myself, like, "Well, damn, am I a freak? Like, why am I seeing this stuff while I'm doing readings? We supposed to be talking about, folks that died on the other side, or we supposed to be talking about careers and jobs,
I
but
mean, they
I'm
was having the sex too.
yeah." No, yeah,
I done seen some
literally.
freaky deaky shit too. I'd be like,
I've seen some freak. I've talked and done readings and described dicks down to a T because it was in this woman's face, and she literally said that's exactly what his dick looked like, and I'm like, yeah, I see it from your perspective. So I'm doing this reading, and I'm trying to stay professional and do my job, but I I guess for
Seeing what
some
she
reason
see.
I'm supposed to see details, and if I guess it helps because she knows I know what I'm talking about because I'm giving her
is that what it
descriptions.
did look like? Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, because by nature we're all sexual, so no matter how much we try to hide it or put on the um, you know, classy front or whatever, we get down. Every
Yeah.
last one of us, and we all are products of
We
somebody
all
getting
bust it
down.
down.
Right, we are products of somebody getting down. So I do think I would love to see it normalized more in a healthy manner
Yeah.
because we wouldn't be here without it.
No, we wouldn't. All right, y'all want to close us out? Anybody want to close us out? All of y'all want to close us out?
Sure. Um, so for everything we've talked about tonight, uh, definitely, I feel like the biggest theme is still, just boundaries, respect, and making sure that you're honest with yourself and the others that you want to, embrace these experiences with. And I feel like all should be well. And we've been talking here on this in this vortex about guilt, shame, judgment, no bias, and things of this nature. And there's a lot of different. We got a whole space for the fact that there are a lot of different experiences that
Yeah.
all of us have had and are going to have. And I understand that to be part of the evolution and growth of somebody. You know what I'm saying? You can't really try to negate that sexual experience is not part of it because everything is sex in and of itself. Our biggest expressions, even just incarnate on this planet, these bangs, these orgasms, all these different things. And there are many different places and spaces on the vessel that can be explored and you can experience pleasure. But just make sure, you know what I'm saying, stay safe and consensual on a consensual basis.
Anybody else?
I would say um, know yourself and what you like for what feels good to you, and rock with that. And if you happen to find somebody that you get along with, that you can see yourself being with, try some shit. I mean, hey, we all human and we all here for a reason. Like I said, I'm the product of a busted down phase, and we all had that phase in our lives. And I'm glad to be here, no matter how it happened. So, um, yeah, try some things and everything. But if you feel like it's not going to work, or you're not really interested in that, then say that and just be upfront. Don't lead nobody on, because you don't want to waste nobody's time. You definitely don't want nobody wasting yours.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. And we are sending you so much love. And thank you for your transparency
Thank
and
you.
your
I appreciate that.
vulnerability in that. We really appreciate that. Anybody else?
I would say have fun. And for some reason, I guess whoever watches this, I feel like whoever is watching that will watch this or, have fun. Sex is not a chore and it's not an obligation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's for somebody in specific. Whoever's going to watch this, that's very specific that I'm getting to share. Have fun. Sex is not an obligation and it's not a chore. Have fun.
Respect.
Mm.
So I'll jump on in. I'll second her with the have fun, explore, make sure you have consent before you do things to see where somebody or your partner's comfortability is. But don't be afraid to explore yourself, explore what you like. Again, have fun while doing it, and just be present. Like, you'll be amazed at the sensations that you feel and what it unlocks within you by
Mm-hmm.
just allowing it to happen. So find somebody to match your freak.
Mm-hmm.
Hey.
I was the only one that didn't get it. I'm sorry. I'm the only one that didn't get a chance to answer April's last question. So I guess I'll
Oh,
end it
okay.
on that.
Okay.
You
Go
know,
ahead, brother.
far as a facilitator, as long as you have a person's consent, you know what I'm saying, and everything is smooth, balanced on both sides, you know what I'm saying? Hey, explore. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's up for new possibilities. You know what I'm saying? And as far as a participant, when you go to a bar, they got the 2 drink minimum. Well, in my bedroom, there's a 2 balls maximum, meaning the only balls in the room are mine. Okay, that's the maximum. Okay, so if I walk in the room, there's another pair of balls. I leave the room. Okay, that's just the way it is. So
Prizes.
2 balls maximum. You know what I'm saying? As a participant,
Done.
that's how I'm moving.
I'm done.
So,
Actually, a
so
good
you know what I'm
question,
saying? What do you think?
right? Because we always talk about threesomes, meaning two women and a dude, you know? But how many women are into having two dudes?
Good
Quite
amount.
quite a
Something
few.
that they want to experience too.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm
I mean,
personally
there's
not. Oh, sorry.
now you want to go first?
I know I was gonna say I'm personally not, but I know a lot of women who desire having two men.
Mm-hmm.
Or that's the only way that they would do it if it was two men, but that's not my
Mm-hmm.
That's me. That is me.
okay.
That
Okay.
is me. That's the only way I would do it. It got to be two men. Yep. I
No,
would
and
definitely do it
that's
if they
understood.
agree two men. Two men, I'm for it.
Respect.
Yeah, that's understood. But
You know
so I
where
had to
you know
stand.
where I'm hesitant on
Oh, go
that.
ahead.
No, oh, I'm sorry. I didn't even cut you off. I was saying that the only reason I'm hesitant on that when it's two guys and one woman, because if they're putting their things together and going inside, that's like they rubbing dicks. And I'm like, so I see
That's the
where T
thing.
was saying, it's only two balls maximum per room, because I mean, but I understand. I see it from the woman's perspective too. They want two men. They don't want to be with another woman, and that's that male egotistical thing where I got to have two women, and Lord knows he can't please no two women. Uh, in my opinion, I heard a lady say one time, the whole always outlasts the pole. So if you put a
Mhm.
man in a room with two women and you think you're gonna satisfy both of them women, I've been there, done that. It ain't gonna happen. They're gonna eventually have to take care of themselves. So uh I mean I see it from every aspect. I totally get it. But I see what you were saying, T.
Yeah, and it makes sense. You know what I'm saying? A woman want to be with two men, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? No judgment on either side. You know what I'm saying? But me personally, like I don't want to breathe the same airspace as you when I'm inside another woman. I don't want to do that. Man's hot ass breath all in my face, hubby. No, I don't want that. You know what I'm saying? Like that, like I would be too distracted. I would just walk out like, all right, man, you got it. Like I just can't do it. You know what I'm saying? So that's just not for me. You know what I'm saying? And that's no shots at anybody. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to make that crystal clear. But yeah, I can't go
And
You got to just stand up. You got to do stand up. You got to do stand up. You got to be a comedian. You must be a comedian.
there.
Who?
I didn't know what you were talking about at first. Nah, I just be talking. You know
now,
what I'm saying?
yeah, no,
Whatever comes to my
I thought she
mind.
meant standing up in the bedroom at first too. Like, no,
Now, when
don't
she
sit
first
down.
said it, I was like, "You got to stand up, like nigga stand." That's what I thought she meant too. Until when she said it the third time, I was like, "Oh, okay,
Yeah.
yeah."
Yeah.
I mean, like now that I had to sit with it a little bit. I had to think about it. Um, I mean, I could see the two men. You getting rubbed on and all the things, but that don't just seem like a lot of work for the woman. If you got two
What
men,
work? What work you doing? You ain't doing nothing.
what you mean?
Can't get
Because
enough break.
if the two men are there, then they're going to be the ones that's manipulating your body. So I mean, I would imagine you would just be there, present, and letting whatever happens, right? I don't think they expect you to be facilitating.
We can't hear you.
I said you'd be the submissive, so I don't know if they expect you to facilitate anything.
What you think, Deandra?
I never thought about it. I never looked at it from that perspective, what you said. I never looked at it like that.
What I said about it being too much work
Yeah.
because it's like, and then you're not into anal, so it's like I feel like you just gonna have to have one thing in your mouth, one thing in your vagina, and then they gotta switch. You know what I'm saying? Like, I
Wait your
mean, like
turn.
that is a job. Like the job, like that's a job.
Yeah. I have to think about it because I never looked at it from that perspective. Okay. Okay.
That's how I think about it. And I'm not trying to be negative about people who choose that, but I instantly think about like women who would get trains ran on them. Like I feel like that's similar
Uh-huh.
what happened to men. So
Mhm.
I always equate that. And growing up, Like that was just like a no no. Like, oh, you hear how the men talk about these women getting trains ran? Like, I will never be caught in a room with two men, you know. But that's a programming I have because I know,
Programming, yeah.
you know, how men how they talk down on women like that.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But I also know a woman that had that experience and have had that experience, several times in her life. And it wasn't on that type of time. Like the last experience that I know of personally, it wasn't on that type of time. And like everybody was grown as fuck and was not even like thinking like that. Um but I just remember, the whole storyline the day after when she told me what had happened. Cause, I was like, damn, two nigga, okay, you about to, okay, girl. Like, so, when she telling me what happened, I'm like, that just sounds like a lot of work. And she
Well,
did anal too.
you remember what Marcus said earlier about, one man, two women. You know what I'm saying? It can't hang. And women say that men don't last too long. So if two men going at the same time, they can still end quick.
Mm,
So it might be what Marquise was alluding to.
I mean, yeah. I think it's, with the two women, it has to be more participation. You can't. If the two women say, there's plenty of women who don't go that way or whatever. But to put all that pressure on the man to satisfy the both of y'all, I think it's a lot. I don't think
yeah.
men can handle that. But if it's a threesome, I would think that all parties will be involved.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, that's why I think it's
um,
different with two women and a man. You know what I'm saying? Because the women are also interacting. You know what I'm saying? So like it's to me the workload is seems like it would be a little bit more balanced
Yeah.
than with two men. But I mean that's just me though. You know what I'm saying? Because the motherfucker have jaws of fucking steel and like, you know, like the dick is your motivation and it is your inspiration. And as long as there is some penetration going on there, your mouth is juvenated, rejuvenated, like fucking.
Mm,
But to me, I mean, like, how long can you go?
mm.
I'm just curious.
and we have to ask somebody who experienced it
I know. I'm like, damn,
to
I wonder if
Trying
I
to
could
get
get
a
the
freak
chick
up
on
here.
the show.
uh
Huh?
She's going to get one of them freaks up here. Go ahead and let them split the bean. Only way you're going to know, really.
yeah.
You can do
And
it.
now I wonder if I could get the chick to come up here. She all married now and living a completely different lifestyle. I wonder if she'll come up and share her tales because she got some motherfucking tales. I mean, like, I just loved her because she was so liberal like that. I mean, and I mean, open, like, she didn't give zero fucking fucks. She was like, fuck all that with them two girls. Like, give me two men and, sound effects, dramatic, all the things. Like, I used to love listening to her story times. Like, I mean, very open,
Yeah. She sounds familiar. Let me shut up.
and very willing to have experiences. If there was an experience that she heard of that she ain't tried,
Mm,
baby's going to she gonna find a way, you know? So yeah, but if y'all know of any freaks that are open with their freakness, I have questions. But we need to find some people that's in the community, the kink, um the lifestyle communities.
Mhm.
mm.
I agree. I agree.
We need to find some of those. So if y'all out there and you're brave, come on up so we can have a conversation. And I think I mean, for me, it'd be totally educational.
Mhm. I followed them on Facebook, but I want to talk to the dominatrix. Have y'all seen the women
Yeah,
who,
I know some personal
yeah, who
dominatrixes.
actually, yeah, like they posted on Facebook. I would like to really have a conversation with them. Like, how do they get the men? What what led them to to even embrace that? Like, yeah, like they are literally out here walking men like they're dogs out in the
Really?
open in public. And
You know,
that's
it's
what they're doing.
I don't mean to cut you off.
Uh-huh.
There is one who I respect so much, but she has it's a black woman, but she has white men who pay her to whip them
Uh-huh.
and to treat them like they're slaves.
Yeah.
And the men come
You
into
talking
this
about the same
space
person.
feeling bad for their ancestors and like seeking remorse for what happened to black people.
Yeah,
So
I
they
think you were
allow this
talking about
white
the
woman
same
and this black
wife.
woman to
Yeah.
treat them the same way, and they get so turned on by it.
Hmm.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
I think that she winning with that one. Like
Yeah.
I want to be like her when I grow up.
Hmm.
Yeah. That would be a real good, yeah, to get them on here to talk. Yeah, I would love to have a conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's super common. I wanna really get into the freaky deaky
Or the
shit.
freaky, freaky. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know about it all. Uh, mm.
You said it
Okay.
earlier, match my freak.
Match my freak. I'm not really a freak like that.
No, Osa
Not
said
with
Oh.
the
that.
hair flip too. I'm not really a freak like that.
Anyway, so yeah, I think we're gonna close. We just went off on a whole tangent. We was closing out, and then, but I really wanted to know about the threesome thing. Yeah. Okay. So we appreciate y'all for tuning in. We we give thanks to those that are free enough within themselves, their spirit, and their vessels to explore and be in their authentic expressions, whatever that looks like. I also give thanks to my panel for sharing and just being so wonderful, even in spaces where there wasn't an agreement upon a person didn't like that preference or whatever. Just being so adult enough, so balanced enough within yourself to be able to have real discussions. You know, thank you all for your transparency, your vulnerability. Cause we out here saving lives. We out here doing the good work and stuff. One sex conversation at a time. You know what I'm saying? So, yes, thank y'all for tuning in. And for those that will be tuning in, we appreciate y'all. We love y'all so much. Peace, love, and bliss. And remember, through your heart, booze.